gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
He said, make America gay again, more like. Bro, Kamala's the one who's making America gay. All this T stuff, all these transformers out here. She's supporting all that. And y'all, man, what? She said, well, I'm a woman, so I mean, that's fine. I hope you ain't no sister, though, because Kamala ain't black neither. Y'all falling for the okie doke. Thoughts on debate Vance versus Wall? Yo, JD Vance wiped the floor with Tim Walz. Jadarius Vance, that's my guy, Jadarius Vance. You dig? You were failed by your education system. Prove it to me. Jump on a live. Let's go pound for pound. Let's go pound for pound. We got Chris Terrell joining.
Yeah,
Let's
what's
go.
going on, man?
What's up, Chris?
What's up, man?
How do you feel about the topic?
I mean, I want to preface this by saying I'm voting for Trump, but still, I don't think if you vote for a woman, you're a simp or anything, you know?
Well, it's specifically if you vote for a woman to be president, you're a simp.
No. I feel like you're trolling because there's no way. But no, I completely disagree.
I mean, okay, so you disagree, but the reality is, as a man, you already know that a woman cannot lead you, right or wrong.
Wrong. Very, very wrong.
So when you're in a relationship, your woman is leading you?
Not in that example. That's not like how I like to set up my life, but I can give you a better example. I just enlisted to the United States military, the Air Force to be exact, and the person in command there is a woman. So that's the person who I'll be following.
That's an L. Your commanding officer should not be a woman. The military gotten soft because of that.
The military has gotten soft.
Yes, there's different standards for men and women to join. So I mean, that's already a L already. They should be able to do the same thing as men in order to even get into the military. So yeah, bro. I mean, that's a big L. In a combat situation, how can a woman protect you, bro? Please.
What do you mean? I feel like a woman
in a combat situation. What do you mean? What do I mean? I just asked you, in a combat situation, how can a woman protect you?
Because if we're talking about Marines, for example, they're trained as riflemen. They go through the crucible, the exact same thing. So they have the exact same type of training.
They have the exact same type of training, but they can't do the exact same things. They might have the same training, but for one, the requirements are lower. That's a fact.
In the crucible, in the Marine crucible, the requirements are lower. Do you know what the Marine crucible is? Do you know?
The requirements for a woman and a man are definitely lower.
I'm talking about Marine.
Even get through basic training.
I mean, a woman and a man who are equally trained will be able to protect me on the battlefield.
You can't be equally trained if the standards are different. It's the foundation. If the standard is different for a mile time for a man and a woman, and she makes it in to the military just like the man makes it in, and he had to do a lesser time, then that's not equal at all, bro.
I see the point that you're trying to make right now.
That's the foundation of it. So I don't even care about what these specific sects of the military are. If she had to go through a lower standard to even get in, then that's a problem. Now, if she can do the same stuff that a man can do, and there's one standard, then I'm okay with that. But bro, the way that it's looking now is not looking good.
I mean, I still don't understand how you don't think a woman would be good as president, especially Kamala.
So you think Kamala would be a good president?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insinuate that, but yeah, I didn't mean to insinuate that.
So what are you saying? You said especially Kamala, so you...
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to say the latter part. I don't understand how you don't think a woman be good in being a president.
Well, I think emotionally she wouldn't be good to be president because of her emotions and the way that she reacts to different things.
Can you give me an example?
Especially the onslaught of the media. For example, you got the governor of Michigan, Karen Whitmore. I mean, she pretty much staged a kidnapping because of social media to get elected. They are completely perverting the process, which is a huge issue. Okay. And they're moving off of emotion. Hold on. They're moving off of emotion. The border arguments, especially from the female political leaders, is all emotion. AOC, all emotion. Jasmine Crockett, all emotion.
Also, about what you said about the military, like the run times being different, it's a 1 minute difference. That's all it is.
Okay, and 1 minute in a gunfight, it makes all the difference.
Have you ever been inside a gunfight before? Are you inside the military?
I've had guns put in my face, and I got a brother who is in the military, and he's in the Navy.
But are you inside the military?
I'm not in the military.
Okay, so you want to understand, right?
Yes, I can understand. Just because you aren't doing something doesn't mean that you can't understand it. You know that, right? Just because I'm not a doctor doesn't mean that I can't understand the medical process. You understand that, right?
Do you even know what this is?
I can't even see it, bro. Your screen's too small. Like, just showing me a little badge and saying, "Do you know what this is?" doesn't prove anything. That's a non sequitur. You're going off on a different topic. Anyways, I mean, bro, I don't know what he's doing, but he ain't talking no more. Mickey Mouse, what's good?
Oh, hello there. Well, I just gotta say I completely agree. If you go for a woman, you are a simp. I would never let Minnie be in charge of anything.
Word up, word up. And what are your reasons for that?
Oh, well, they're just irrational, obviously. I mean, they want to kill their babies.
You said what?
I mean, they want to rip apart their babies in the womb, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, for real. I mean, I didn't even get onto that topic. Now, that one is just disgusting. It's abysmal what they're doing with the scoop, the pussy vacuum. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
It's horrible.
They pull them apart like barbecue.
Yeah. Hey, fresh off the bone. Nah, that shit fucked. Yo. Oh, God. Yeah, it's fucked up. It is fucked up. Hey, I made bro laugh so hard he had to get off the live. Hey, what's good, Ray?
Yo, what's up?
So you agree or disagree?
I disagree.
Okay. And why? Why is that?
Well, first off, I just want to bring up Trump's discrimination lawsuit and how you reconcile with that.
Nah. Stick to the topic. Stick to the topic. We're not talking about no discrimination lawsuit right now, bro. Huh?
That's why I'm not voting for him.
I'm not talking about
many reasons.
Okay. So his discrimination lawsuit is why you're not voting for him.
And what he said about the Central Park Five and
okay, but do you understand? Do you understand that the Central Park Five, those young men admitted to the crime?
And you know that they were found innocent by DNA, and they were
found innocent. They were found innocent later on,
which happens all the time.
They were found innocent later on, but you have to understand context. If somebody was found guilty and they admitted to a heinous crime, if somebody was found guilty, let me finish. And you're being emotional. Don't talk over me, bro. If somebody is found guilty of a heinous crime in the context during that time, and someone says, yeah, I think they deserve to be executed, I think they deserve capital punishment, whatever. Honestly, I don't really blame them, because if we're talking about somebody who is exonerated 20, 30 years later, we have different context. We have a different understanding of the case now.
So if he said that after, you would think it was bad that he said that?
If he said it after, like after they were exonerated?
Yes.
I mean, it just depends on the evidence. It just depends on the evidence that he's seeing and the evidence that everybody else is seeing. But I mean, I think that he'd be wrong if he said, okay, yeah, even after they were exonerated, But again, there are people who end up getting exonerated. Like people was caping for Buddy who got executed a couple weeks ago. And I mean, there's a lot of evidence to say that he did that joint. So,
he did say it afterwards. But the way that they exonerated them was they found DNA.
he did not say it after they were
He
exonerated.
said it during and he said after. He said that he wasn't sure about DNA and all that stuff. He did say that.
Damn lie. He did not say
You can Google
after
it. He
the
didn't
Central
say
Park
it.
5 were exonerated. He did not say, oh, they should still be executed.
No, he didn't say he should still be executed, but he said that he wasn't sure if they were innocent.
Okay, but a lot of people still aren't sure that they're innocent because of the evidence.
But the evidence shows that there was DNA of somebody else who did it, and it's none of them.
I mean, that's fine, but at the end of the day, you know, people have a right to their opinion. That don't mean that he said, oh, yeah, they deserve to be executed. He doesn't believe that they were innocent. That's his personal opinion.
And you don't think that opinion is racially motivated at all when you think about the discrimination lawsuit also?
Which discrimination lawsuit are you talking about? Are you talking about the housing discrimination lawsuit?
Yes.
Okay. So for one, when it comes to quote unquote housing discrimination lawsuits, if you are in the real estate industry, you could face that a lot of times just for denying somebody access.
Yeah, so the person, one of the employees testified and said, well, I'm only doing what my boss told me to do. I am not allowed to rent to black tenants.
But Trump has had black tenants who have literally come out and said that they were rented by him and he allowed them to have months of free rent without paying.
I'm just making sure that that's true.
It's true.
I've never heard
It's
that.
true. Look it up. Look it up. He rented. You think that he never rented to a black person during or before
definitely
or
not.
after?
Of course, after he did, and he probably did during as well.
Bro, you out of your mind, dog. Come on now.
So
Come on now. All of those units, and there wasn't one black person in there. Stop it.
So this is like a higher value housing development where this was. So do you think that maybe he didn't want black people in the expensive apartments and he was fine with them being in the bad ones where he didn't pay for their...
It depends. Do you know what it takes to qualify? Do you know what it takes to qualify for a high-end luxury apartment? For one, you got to have good credit. For two, you got to have the bank statements. For three, you got to have cash for a security deposit to put down. And first month rent,
employees are saying they're not allowed to rent to black tenants.
2 to 3 months rent.
But multiple employees are saying they're not allowed to rent to black tenants. And they had two people come in with the same exact paperwork. One was black and one was white. The black man was denied. The white woman was accepted.
I mean, I have to look that up to verify.
Yeah, I'm reading off NPR right now. It's the first article that comes up when you Google it.
What is the search you put in?
Donald Trump housing discrimination.
And the NPR source. What's the headline of the Donald Trump housing discrimination case plagues Donald Trump?
Yep.
And you said that a white person had the same qualifications as a black person and they denied him. Where is that in the article? Can you just direct?
It says it's right where it says Moore said she reported her experience to the Human Rights Commission and then returned to the apartment building. After she was offered a lease, the black man who had tried to rent the apartment entered the office. Or wait, no, that's the wrong one. Or that might not be in this article.
It's rented, it's gone, Moore said. So the gentleman said to him.
This article more just says the quotes of people saying that they weren't allowed, that they were told that they weren't allowed to rent to black people.
You're gonna have to verify that because you're gonna have to verify that, bro. But in the meantime, I'm gonna let some more people come in.
All right.
I'm reading this article now. Anybody can file a lawsuit for one. A lot of lawsuits is BS.
Honestly, I'm just voting for Kamala because she's hot.
All right, that's all you got to say, Sensei.
I gotta say that Kamala goes to Diddy parties. She got caught on the list. So if you're voting for Kamala, you're voting
Trump
for
said he
somebody.
loves Diddy and that he's a
All
good
right,
guy.
So when it comes to the Diddy parties and all that kind of stuff, here's what y'all gotta understand. For one, just because you go to a Diddy party don't mean you did anything nefarious at that Diddy
100%.
party. For two, just because you went to a Diddy party doesn't mean you went to the after party or the after party. So, like, you know, the lists that are coming out, I would refrain until we actually see court documents coming out about that.
Kamala slept her way to the top, so it wouldn't surprise me if she.
Okay,
I'm sorry, are we defending Diddy?
I'm not defending Diddy. I'm just trying to be
defending the
objective.
other
I'm
guy.
trying
He's
to be
actually defending
factual. I don't
Kamala.
want to get up on here. That's why I made Buddy
And
Cruz a
Trump.
source about the white tenant and the black tenant applying for the housing in one of Donald Trump's buildings and being denied. The source has not been brought up yet. So the reality is, you know, I'm not just going off of fake shit and your opinion and how you feeling. We're going off of facts and basic objectivity. So, you know, we ain't going off no insinuation, nothing like that. We talking about what is actually real.
I got a question for you.
Right.
Okay.
He's not. Well, the thing about it is, he's not defending Diddy. He's basically saying that you're innocent until you're proven guilty in a court of law.
Yeah, and don't be coming on my live stream talking about no fake shit that is unverified, because in that case, then, you know, I don't want to be held liable. Y'all seen Cardi B out here suing Tasha K. I'm not Tasha K.
So your thing on your screen says if you're voting for a woman to be president, you're a simp, right?
Yes.
There's people in the comments saying that if you're voting for a man, does that make you gay? What are your thoughts on that?
No, it means you understand hierarchies, and it means you understand the structure of leadership.
Preach.
If you are a man and you've been in any type of group sport, group activity, whatnot, you understand the structure of leadership. And yes, there are some positions where women are well suited, but at the head, I don't believe so, especially biblically. A woman is not the head of the household, nor should she be the head of a country that is going to, you know, y'all see what they doing with Hurricane Helene.
Yep.
She's fumbling, stumbling, just got up there, just went there just today. Like, she's slow to move because she really doesn't care. And, you know, she's just trying to get her nails did and her hair did and get photo ops, bro. I mean,
You know,
it's
her and
just-
Biden asked the governor, like, oh, when do you think it's appropriate for us to come? And they came once he said that it was, right?
Okay, but they're giving them $750, just like the Maui situation. They gave them folks $700 for the wildfires, and now they're giving, you know, the Helene victim $750. What's the $750 going to do when you are literally trapped? When you're literally trapped, you need evacuation. The federal government is stopping private citizens from taking their own helicopters and you know, whatever materials that they have to go and rescue people. That's a problem.
They still haven't visited East Palestine, Ohio. Those people are still there with toxic spills.
Yeah, and we just had a chemical explosion in Conyers just 2 days ago.
Yep.
So I mean, she's slow to move. For one, she was dodging the media. She's dodging the media unless it's a photo op. She done played the fool with black folks talking about she's black. She's not black. Okay. She done played the fool, bringing out Meg the Stallion and all that stuff. Got y'all looking like Boo Boo the Fool, and y'all over there rushing to vote for. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous.
What about Trump's photo op at that cemetery that he wasn't allowed to do?
Well, he actually was allowed to do it because all of the families came out and said that yes, he was allowed to do it. We invited him there, and we wanted to the American people to see who was there and who was not. And then for second, do you know that the families also spoke on Biden and the way that he treated them with that horrible withdrawal out of Afghanistan? He actually, when they went to go meet Biden in the White House, he couldn't even care less. They said he was apathetic to their loss, and he didn't even meet with them one-on-one.
Wasn't that an extension of Trump's plan to get out of Afghanistan?
No,
It
Biden
was
changed the
Trump's plan
draw
was to
dates
get out
to
of
9/11.
Afghanistan, but he was going to do it with dignity. He was going to do it with respect. We were going to keep the air base in Bagram, which is a massive air base right next to China. So it gives us access to China unless they want to jump stupid like they about to jump stupid on Taiwan under the Biden-Harris or Harris-Biden administration, because we know Biden is asleep at the wheel. He's not even a functional adult. So yes, Trump's plan was to get out of Afghanistan, but it was with dignity and with respect and with no loss of life when it comes to American troops. But Biden rushed the gig. He rushed the play. He had people running down the tarmac, grabbing onto planes that were leaving the country and risking their lives, innocent people's life in Afghanistan, innocent Afghans' lives and families, in order to, just do a photo op that completely blew up in his face.
Hush mode activated. I would also like to make this a point. You just made a solid point, by the way. For the people in the comments saying that Camel Toe Harris is half and half, she's not at all. Y'all need to look at Candace Owens' research that she did on her. She went through absolutely everything. She does not have a drop of African American in her.
And she actually has slave master ancestry. Her whole family comes from a slave owning family, an Irish slave owning family, and her family was actually paid reparations when they had to give up their slaves in Jamaica. It's a fact. Look at the Irish Times.
But you don't know why?
What?
You don't know why a slave master would have a kid with a slave?
Okay, so here's what you're gonna say. Oh, he raped her. Okay, did that happen? Yes. In Kamala's case, did it happen? Absolutely not. You're saying, yes, you're insinuating that Kamala's ancestors were raped, and that's how she has black ancestry. And I'm telling you, that is not true. And if it was true, she would have wrote it in her book. Donald Harris would have wrote it in his book, her father, and they did not.
What did they write?
They wrote that their family had servants. They wrote that they had slave master ancestry.
I do not buy that at all.
Her family had servants. They were a very rich family in Jamaica. Harristown is literally named after her family. Do you research?
I can't find anything about this quote from the book.
Some more research.
Maybe read the book, bro.
Have you read the book?
Yes.
Hey, so I have a question.
Go ahead.
How can I be a simp for Kamala Harris if I'm gay as fuck?
I can answer that.
You can still be a gay
You're not
simp,
gay.
bro. You can be a gay.
I'm not into women, so how can I simp for a woman when I'm not even into them?
Because you want their approval.
As a matter of fact, most homosexual men are simps to women. They are.
Being a simp means you want a woman's approval.
Period.
I don't care about anyone's approval.
So then,
But you do, Cap. Yeah, you do.
I mean, maybe for my close friends, but that's
Everybody
pretty much
cares
it.
about
I don't give a
someone.
fuck about anyone else's opinion.
dude,
I'm the
you're probably
only
simp
gay
for your
person at a
female
Christian
friends.
college. If that proves anything to you.
Are you Christian? Are you Christian though?
No.
That's an L then. That's an L.
You're probably going to church to like be a simp for women, dude. That's like predatory.
I don't go to church. I go to this school for the sole purpose. 90% of my tuition is getting paid for.
Yeah, and you probably simp for the
Congratulations,
women.
brother. Congratulations, though. You know what I'm saying? I'll big you up. Congratulations.
Thank you. But like, this whole thing is just so like, what's the point? Like, what's the point? What are you winning at this by just?
Because, dude, there's
winning
men
what?
on this earth who will literally like be like a crab in a bucket. They will do anything to other men for a woman's approval.
Facts.
And that's what's happening with Kamala.
Yep.
Proof?
White dudes for Harris. White dudes for Harris. Y'all simping. Y'all seen that Zoom call? White dudes for Harris. Y'all simping, bro.
I mean, it was originally white women for Harris.
Most of the people on there were non-binary. Man.
You do realize the reason why they don't want private citizens flying their own helicopters is because when during national disasters, the state has certain things and certain ways stuff is set up and policies and procedures that are supposed to be followed.
Well, let me tell you this.
Because then you have a wreck on top of people that are already stranded.
Hold up. When the
you
government,
realize that's how that works, right?
When the government fails, private citizens step up, and
The government wasn't failing.
Yes, they were failing.
No, they were not.
100% they were failing.
How were they failing? How were they failing?
There
How
are
are they
only,
failing?
hold up. Can't talk over the host, brother. Can't talk over the host, brother. I'm gonna mute you. So the reality is that the people who are going to North Carolina and other southern states, because it's just not North Carolina. I mean, in South Georgia, all the trees are down, all the power lines are down. With the people who are the private citizens who are going out there and flying out and speaking about what they're seeing, they said they only see 2 government choppers. They only see 2 Black Hawks. They are not, they're leaving them people high and dry. So private citizens step up and they do the right thing and they're saving people. They just saved a woman who literally had 1 day of oxygen left and a 6-month-old baby. And people are giving, writing in SOS signs into the mud. They're using mirrors and windows in order to get the attention of the aerial support.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Is dropping the ball. They don't have enough. They don't have enough to go around. You got FEMA being completely depleted. It's been depleted because Joe Biden has declared 57. Hold up, excuse me, sir.
Nah, bro.
Excuse me, sir. No. You cannot talk over the host.
That's not why.
I'm gonna have to boot you. I'm gonna have to boot you. Show some respect. Show some decorum. Okay, when the host is talking, zip it. All right. The reality is Biden has declared 57 national emergencies within his presidency and depleted the funds of FEMA. So now we ain't got no money left and they're sending it all over the world to Ukraine and Israel. And that is a problem. They're leaving Americans high and dry, and it's been happening for 4 years straight.
They're sending the FEMA money to Ukraine?
Yes, actually, yes.
I'd argue that the American government has been leaving the American people stranded for much longer than 4 years.
Yeah, but it's been significantly worse. It's been significantly worse in the last 4 years.
I agree.
We've got inflation.
We've
got inflation. We've got extreme
Inflation is an international phenomenon.
What?
Inflation is all over the world, and we had the best reaction to it out of all the countries in the G7.
The president can't control inflation rates.
The president absolutely can't control inflation by the policies that
and we did a better job than every other G7 country.
Wait a minute. Wouldn't we agree that government spending also plays a role in inflation, though?
Absolutely.
Government printing money plays a direct role.
Totally. So let's stop spending so much on the
government
military.
Not government money, government spending, spending money.
Not spending, printing.
So I have a question to ask everybody on here. Do you understand the difference between they have a budget for international crisis and they have a budget for American crisis?
Well, guess what? We're overextended. We're overextended. Just like they wanted to redirect funds from the police because they had a budget for the police and they were saying defund the police. They said, we don't want to defund. We want to redirect funds. Just like they can redirect funds from there, they can take the funds and go here. Because the reality is that money's not even getting into Ukraine. There's been multiple shell companies. There's been multiple shell companies found liable because they are stealing money and creating shell companies in Ukraine to accept funds coming from the United States.
So I have a question for you. Defunding the police is considered what? Domestic funds, correct?
I understand that, but what I'm telling you is that just like they can redirect funds, they can redirect funds with the swipe of a pen. They can. Yes, they can. Just like they did for Israel, just like they did for Ukraine, they can redirect funds.
That
answer the question. What are you talking about?
Not international, correct?
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe. Hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jinquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble. where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga did Quavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your pocket.
Y'all killing me with this shit.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take
What
all your
more do you want from me?
Do you understand that they can take the international money, write a bill in, and say, "Hey, we got too many problems going on domestically."
I'm so glad you said that. So if they write a bill in, who has to pass the bill before it gets to Biden?
The House and the Senate have to pass a bill.
And that's controlled by who?
The House is controlled by Republicans, majority, and the Senate is controlled by the Democrats.
It's okay. So both would have to agree on changing it over, correct?
Yes.
And how many bills have been denied by the Republicans since I would say even when Trump was in office?
Mm-hmm.
How many Democrat bills were denied?
How many of those bills have
how many
broken,
Republican bills have been denied? Because there's been a vast majority of Republican bills that have been denied over Democratic bills. Now, a lot of bills get denied for different reasons. So some bills get denied because they're poorly written, just like the border bill that they tried to throw at us in 2023, late 2023. It was poorly written. That's why it got denied, because guess what? Just like you said, oh, there's a budget for international and domestic funds. If you look at the bill that they tried to pass for the border, it was sending $190 billion to Ukraine. It was sending another $90 billion to Israel. They wrote the bill, oh, this is the border bill. And in reality, it had basically virtually nothing to do with the border. It had more to do with sending funds over. So they are packing these bills. Hold on.
You are really sounding like
Hold on,
JD
sir.
Vance.
Hold on. Excuse me, sir. I let you talk. They are packing these bills.
You've been talking the whole time.
Yeah, because it's my stream. If you
And
want to
it's
talk the whole
lies.
time, you
He's
get
the host.
you get your own damn stream.
What are you
the
lying
He's
for,
the
bro?
host.
I'm the host, boy. You better sit your behind down before I put you in timeout. But if a bill is poorly written, it's not going to get passed. So if you try and pack all of these different subjects in a bill that's supposed to be about the border, it's not going to pass. And nobody with their right mind would pass it.
Okay, let me tell you how untruthful you're being right now.
What was untruthful?
The bill that was trying to be passed was written by Trump. It was co-written by Trump.
No, it wasn't.
What are you talking about, bro? That's the reason why they had to do
Republican.
Okay, young
the bill,
bro.
I'm going to educate young
lying
here.
for? You're like another JD Vance. Just sitting here. I didn't know you were going to fact check me.
Okay,
No,
young
because
one,
I
I'm going to
literally
go
have,
and
I
educate
literally
you
have
here
my
if you don't
desktop
know.
right here. The bill was not written by Trump. The bill that Trump supported was HR 2. Okay, the bill that Trump supported was HR 2. Oh, see, once I start talking about HR 2, his behind jumped up out, because HR 2 was going to actually protect the border. It was going to, 1, finish the wall. It was going to, 2, support the Border Patrol. We have 325,000 missing children. Repeat, 325,000 missing children that just crossed the border. We have over 19,000 murderers, illegal murderers who have entered the country. 13,000 rapists. Okay, y'all supposed to be for women. We got 13,000 rapists that entered the country because of the Biden-Harris administration. And they're being given, they want to give them amnesty. They want to make them citizens without putting in the work, without going through the proper processes. That's why these bills aren't getting passed, because they're BS bills. They're filler bills to
That
get
doesn't
other
even
agendas
include the
pushed.
amount of illegal drugs that have been moved into the U.S. by the same people that are killing so many people.
Yep.
80% of illegal drugs are brought by U.S. citizens across the border.
Prove it.
Now that's cap.
According to the Border Patrol.
So you're saying immigrants aren't bringing like fentanyl into the U.S. that's killing so many people?
80% of seizures are U.S. immigrant or U.S. citizens.
Look up the percentage of people that have died from fentanyl overdose in the last 4 years. It has raised.
That has nothing to do with what I'm saying.
It has everything to do with what I'm saying.
They're brought by U.S. citizens. So think about it. If I am trying to sell fentanyl across the border, should I give it to some random illegal or a gang in America? Hold on.
For one, they're giving it to the illegal cartel gangs that implant themselves in America. There are cartels in Aurora, Colorado that are taking over apartment buildings. There are cartels. Hold on. Tren de Agua. Hold on. Tren de Agua, MS-13. They're in Chicago. They're in New York. They're in Aurora, Colorado. They're in Arizona. They're in New Mexico. They're in Texas. Okay. They are giving their drugs to their gangs because the cartels will not work with black people, bro. So what the only other gangs that are going to be moving that stuff like that are the Hispanic gangs, MS-13, Tren de Agua, all of these Venezuelan gangs and El Salvadorian gangs. These are the ones who are moving the drugs. So you're saying, oh, they might be U.S. citizens. Yeah, they might be U.S. citizens just because, you know, they may have got they may have came over and had some kids and then now they kids selling drugs. But they're not taking these to the hood and then giving it to ninjas and being like, hey, you know, brother, the black and brown community, there's no such thing as no black and brown community. You got the black community and then the brown community. We are two separate communities.
So who smuggles it across the border for the black people then?
How about the 68 neo-Nazis in California that just got arrested?
Yeah, there's a lot of white supremacist gangs. Countless. Wait.
76 indictment, charges for racketeering, drug trafficking, fentanyl, possession of illegal firearms.
Wait a minute. Wait. Okay.
Okay. I mean, that's an outlier. That's an outlier. What about them? They got arrested. They got caught. They got arrested.
Examples.
They got caught. They got arrested. You got an outlier when I could present to you all of the Hispanic gangs that are getting caught every single day. The trafficking. The white van thing. Who do you think are driving those white vans? Illegal aliens.
What?
Yes. The white vans that they're taking and kidnapping kids and kidnapping people. Yes, illegal aliens are driving those white vans.
Wait a minute.
Statistics around crimes. Migrants are 37.5% less likely to commit crimes than American citizens.
Legal migrants. Illegal migrants. No.
People that
illegal.
are
Nope. Hold on.
Or migrants.
No, 100% of illegal aliens are criminals. Why? Because they cross the border illegally.
So people who are seeking asylum come in, get stopped by Border Patrol or turn themselves in are seeking asylum. That's not an illegal process.
No, they're not.
It's illegal to do it outside of the port of entry.
That's the question. Do you think everybody who's coming over the border is seeking asylum, or they're coming over the border to do their own thing?
No,
there are people who are human trafficking over the border, right? There are people. Wait a minute, because we have a law in this country right now where you can get over the border, and after you go over the border, you go to an immigration center and you file for asylum. You're not obligated to do that. You can go do your own thing, right? That's the law right now. That's a law. You can sneak into the country.
The cases.
That is, baby. Wait a minute. Hold fast.
One,
do you know how many people
do? I work with migrants, so you can't tell me when I'm first-hand.
Okay, you're working with the women and children who need housing and are homeless. They
no, I'm not. Okay. Honey, wait a minute. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry, y'all. But how many people do you think come through a port of entry, a legal port of entry, per month?
What is it? What are you calling a legal port of entry?
A legal port of entry is where the CBP is there and they're regulating the numbers of people who come into the country.
So most illegal immigrants are visa overstayers, so they come here legally and then them staying here.
No. That's not my question.
That ain't true. Not in the past 4 years.
That's not my question. How many people come through a legal port of entry? That's my question.
So I'm saying that they are illegal immigrants who came through a legal port of entry.
That's not my question. Please answer the
southern border.
How many people come through the legal port of entry? That's my question.
Are you saying illegal ports of entry or
legal?
No, legal port of entry. How many people come through the legal port of entry per month?
People are patrolling the borders and getting stopped though. So even if they're coming over,
no, give me numbers. I want numbers. I'm looking for numbers. Sweetie, honey, sugar pie.
Okay, stop
sugar pie. I'm looking for numbers. I can't call you a term of endearment.
No, it's not, and you know exactly.
I can't call you a term of endearment. I'm not playing games. I'm trying to get down to the nitty gritty. I'm trying. No. No, hold fast. I'm trying to get to the meat and potatoes. That's what I'm trying to get to. The numbers, the actual analytics. How many people come through a legal port of entry?
If you know, tell us.
Seriously.
Then fine, don't answer the question, but I do want everyone in the audience to know they refuse to answer the question. They refuse to answer the question, but they want to sit up here and question our morality and say we don't care about humanity. We don't care about people.
Nobody said that.
Come on.
Nobody said that in this live so far.
Come on. You're literally talking to me sideways. I understand
No,
what you're
I'm
doing,
not.
but at the end of the day, but come on. You told me not to call you sweetie.
Because I don't want to be called terms of endearment by somebody who's using them condescendingly.
I'm not trying to be condescending. I'm trying to have a conversation with you and trying to be as endearing as possible so we can get
Then
from point A to point B.
You can address
That's
me by my
it.
name, which is clearly right there.
Is that your legal name? I'm sorry. I mean, that's my whole thing. It's
All right,
actually
guys.
my
Let's get back on topic. Let's get back
That's
on
my whole
topic.
point.
Let's
I'm
get
trying to
back
talk
on
about
topic because-
immigration and what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I want to stick to this immigration topic because it is a big issue in America right now. So, you know, a lot of people are trying to dismiss it, but you can't dismiss the realities. We've had more border crossings in the last 4 years under the Biden-Harris administration, illegal border crossings, than we've had in ever, honestly, damn near. So
Do you have
that
any
is a
idea how
huge-
long
That's
MS-13
true.
gang members have been in the U.S. and how long that's been a problem? That's not a new issue.
I'm not saying it's a new issue, but it's getting exacerbated. It's getting exacerbated because of the poor policies.
I'm saying because you're trying to
Thank
blame
you.
the
It's
current
exacerbated.
administration.
Oh yeah, I'm blaming it.
It is the current
I'm
administration.
blaming them
Why did
because they
Trump
made
get rid
it
of them?
worse, not better. They made it worse, not better.
Trump
Do you
did.
They got worse
understand
under
that?
Trump too.
It didn't. No, it did not.
The only reason that there was less under Trump is because people literally couldn't move because of the pandemic.
No, the pandemic only happened the last
happened.
year. The pandemic happened the last year
end.
Trump was in office. Stop it. It happened in 2020. What are you talking about?
And Trump's last year in office
you
had
can
more
look at
border
literally
crossings than the
any
last
part
year
Always
of Biden's administration.
No, he didn't. He actually had the lowest. His crackdown
last
policies
year?
actually. Nope, you're wrong. His crackdown policies actually went into effect around 2019, and then the border crossing significantly lowered down to like 25,000 annually in 2020, and he got it down. And then COVID happens, and then Biden gets elected, and the border crossings skyrocket.
And repeat what you said annually. What the number was?
25,000.
Since May, if my calculations are correct, over 117,000 plus illegal immigrants have moved into the U.S.
Yep.
And that's like months. That's just a few
300.
months.
I got the border. I got the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol numbers right now. 341,000 entered in September of 2022.
So if my calculations are correct, in just the past few months, more illegal immigrants have came into the U.S. than the amount that came in Donald Trump's whole presidency.
And it's accelerating too.
And it's accelerating. It's moving up. And that's why we're blaming. That's why we're blaming the amount of people that are getting raped. The amount of
these aren't arrests. These are encounters. These aren't arrests, brother. These are encounters.
People that get across the border don't encounter.
Those are
the Border
encounters.
Patrol.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, they do.
That's how you keep track of how many people
Yes,
are
they
going.
do. There's literally videos of them going through, and they dropping their ass off, and they're coming in. They're giving them pamphlets. They're giving them cards, identification cards. Most of the people who are coming across the border, yes, are encountering Border Patrol, and they have a stand down order. The Border Patrol literally has a stand down order. There was just a whistleblower who came out who works for Borders and Customs and Border Protection, and he literally came out and said, morally, I don't feel good about this, so I'm going to come out and I'll probably lose my job. But he said that they have a stand down order, and all they're supposed to do is check their names, make sure they know who they are. A lot of times they're getting a cell phone and some money. Honestly, they're getting a cell phone, some money, and an identification card, and tell them to go on their way. And then guess what? The people are saying the officers are saying at the first stop they get, they're throwing away their identification card because they don't want to be found when they enter the country.
The cell
Why
phone
are
is
they
actually
asking for their
used to
name?
track them, in case you didn't
Huh?
know that. The cell phones are being used to track them. It's a means of tracking.
No, they're being used to communicate with them so that they can tell them to vote for Kamala
And to track
Harris.
them.
No, they're not, because they're not
They're
legally
being
able
used to
vote.
communicate
That's
with them so they
bullshit.
can
They
tell them
can't
to vote
vote
for
if they're an
Kamala
illegal
Harris.
immigrant.
They can't
Because they
vote.
needed to
That's what I'm saying.
communicate with them
Track
because they would have
me.
been swapped by
What are we
now.
talking about? I'm an
You need to
American
be a
citizen.
citizen
Cell
to
phone,
vote.
my cell phone tracks me. Why are they above being tracked if I'm being tracked?
I'm not saying that's a bad. I don't think she was saying that was a bad thing.
I'm not saying
It's
it's
I
not
never
a bad
said it was a
thing.
bad thing.
It's not
I
a
never
bad
said
thing
it
if-
was a bad thing. No, I never said that. Yeah, I said that if they're in this country, they're being tracked. I'm being tracked. We should all be tracked. I have a social security number. They know where I was born, right?
Exactly.
I have documents. That's my whole point.
And nobody's disagreeing with what you're saying.
Most of the people that are coming over the border come with their documents, and they're used at the points of entry as a means
That's
of
not true at
tracking.
all.
Not illegal
No,
people. Not
You think-
illegal
oh
people.
my
Literally
God.
seeing the paperwork firsthand. You don't know what you're talking about. I've seen the
You don't know what you're talking about. You think that illegal people are coming over with their documents and willingly
That's
giving themselves
wild.
up to the government?
Yeah,
They actually are, because
no,
when
they're
they
not.
have to go
No,
They're
they're not.
illegal.
I'll give you an
Hold
example.
on, let me talk.
I'll give you an
Let me
example.
talk. I'm going to give you an example, because what happens is they take their documents, such as IDs, passports, whatever they have from their country of origin, and they're
And a lot of them are using fake IDs too. There was actually hold up. There was actually a man who was just arrested, Julio Cesar Pimentel Soriano from the Dominican Republic, and he murdered a family of 4 in Irondequoit, New York. I don't know how to pronounce Irondequoit or whatever, however you say it, but it was in New York. He murdered a family of 4, a mother, a father, and their 2 children. And guess what? They said they could not identify him because his documentation was false. It was a forgery. It was fraud. And they said he actually had multiple murders from the DR, and he fled the DR claiming amnesty and claiming that, you know, he was fleeing from persecution when he was actually fleeing from prosecution because he murdered somebody in the Dominican Republic.
And you think that this is like a new phenomenon?
No, it's not new.
No, we
but
don't.
We're trying to fix it, and Trump was trying to fix it, and then Biden just blew the doors wide open. So now it's happening all the time. Laken Riley, who was murdered on the campus of University of Georgia, the man who killed her, Jose Ibarra, he literally, for one, he's a Venezuelan. For 2, I know about this because I went to the University of Georgia. He's a Venezuelan, and him and his brother were given, for one, Athens, Georgia is a sanctuary city. So they caught charges in New York, child endangerment charges, and they were released on child endangerment charges for a child who was younger than 10 years old. They were released from New York and bust down here to Athens, Georgia. And then they got apartments. They were allowed to get apartments with what Social Security, with what bank statements, with what credit check, with what identification. They were allowed to get apartments when it's hard as hell to get apartments in Athens, Georgia. You got to have a 650 credit score. You got to have 12 months of bank statements. You got to have a cosigner if your credit ain't good enough. So it's extremely hard to get apartments unless you got daddy's money out here. So these people were able to get apartments being illegal aliens. Him and his brother. His brother got caught up on charges too for drug trafficking. So they're pulling up to these leasing offices with a brick of cocaine, and they're telling them, "Hey, rent me an apartment." And then he goes out and murders a woman who is on a morning run around between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. in Athens, Georgia. And you're telling me these people are coming with documentation? Absolutely not.
No, they're not. And can I piggyback off of that? Like, even because they'll say that's extreme. Let's talk about this. They're giving these people benefits. They're giving them food stamps. They're giving them welfare. You can look at Springfield, Ohio. You can look hold fast. You can look at Chicago. You can look at New York. They're closing down schools so they can house these people. They never closed down a school to house American veterans who are homeless. They never did none of that.
in Chicago.
Come on, let's talk about it.
Yeah, in Chicago.
In Chicago,
in the Black Caucus, Caucus in Chicago were protesting just earlier last year because they shut down a school where a whole bunch of black folks were going because it was very dangerous. That's a fact. The school was very dangerous. They were getting a lot of complaints. They shut the school down, and then guess what? Now the people were mad. They were angry because now they didn't have nowhere to go to school because a lot of these people don't have proper transportation. And then guess what? They opened the school back up to house illegal aliens, and they're giving them thousands of dollars a month. Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, is absolutely running the city into the ground. Everybody is upset. They're asking for a recall because this brother has no interest in protecting black folks in Chicago.
Better speak.
In Jesus' name, you feel me? But yeah, I mean, it's indefensible. That's why a lot of the leftists are just dropping like flies. They coming in, they getting introduced to the facts. You can hear them typing. You can hear them typing, trying to fact check, and they can't do it quick enough. Because when you actually confront somebody who knows the issues, then you're gonna get you're gonna get destroyed every time because it's the stuff that they're doing is indefensible. I wish I could defend Kamala Harris, my supposed sister. Okay, I wish I could defend her and say, "Oh Lord, she got hopes and dreams for black folks. She gonna get us up out the mud." But no, I wish I could, but I can't because for one, she's not black. She's trying to co-opt. She's culturally appropriating. Remember that term? She's culturally appropriating, trying to be a foundational black American. She went to Howard University to learn how to be black. She went to Howard University to learn how to be black. Let me repeat. She went to Howard University to learn how to be black. And now she giving y'all the hook and ladder.
Can I say something? Honestly, man, I don't even know how to say this. Like, I don't support Harris. I don't. I am a Trump supporter. But besides that, like, I grew up really poor, right? So I have an understanding of how it is to be poor and not, we moved a lot because, we got evicted. I'm just going to be, I'm going to be honest. We got evicted. So, what I don't understand about Harris is why is it like this happened in Hawaii? Now we have North Carolina, and I feel like we're not taking care of our own people.
Yep.
I feel that way, and I don't understand. Sorry, there's a truck going by.
You're fine.
So what I don't understand is if you choose to give billions of dollars to another country, that's a different subject. We can talk about that later.
All right,
However,
but that had already started with Trump. Like, Biden
no, I
didn't start
understand.
this.
I understand what you're saying. Just let me finish, please. So, if you choose to give billions of dollars to other countries, we can talk about that later. But what I don't understand is when something happens in our own backyard, why are we giving minimal?
Mm-hmm.
Why? All I'm trying to say is I don't know if anybody on the panel lives in North Carolina, but if the government gave you $750, right? What is that going to do for you?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Especially with inflation and especially with the Indians price gouging.
Exactly.
Gouging.
That's what I'm trying to say.
They're charging
So if we can give,
they're charging $10 a gallon for gas out there.
All I'm saying is if we can give other countries billions of dollars, and I could be wrong, but the last thing Biden has signed over to Ukraine was $2.4 million, right? Why can we not?
Wait, million with the N word.
Hold on. Let me finish. Hold on. I'm saying it's a total of about 8. Is it 8 million?
It was way more than that.
8 billion. I think it is.
It's billions.
So why can we not?
It's billions,
Why
isn't
can we
it?
not help?
Yes.
Hold on. Please let me finish.
Go ahead.
And I'm just saying, why can we not take care of our own people the same way? I just don't understand that. I'm sorry.
I can
Please,
answer that question for
explain
you.
this to me. Thank you.
But has the government ever prioritized its citizens first? Like this happened with Bush, with Hurricane Katrina. This did not improve
No,
with Trump.
haven't.
It has never been
Hold on,
like
hold
a
on.
priority.
Hold on. You said it happened with Trump. What happened with Trump?
How small was the stimulus check during COVID?
Small.
How much did he really help during COVID?
He was sending bans. What you talking about?
So I
everybody
feel like you're misinformed and you don't understand everything that Trump did.
Trump was sending bans.
Hey, you guys want to
did
respond
he
to
do
Mama?
to
What
help
is
the middle class? Though, is my question.
He helped the middle class. He helped investors revamp and revitalize cities that
investors,
pretty much
middle
had an
class
influx of
isn't made
vacant
up.
homes with opportunities.
Can I say this real
Excuse me,
quick?
you can't talk over the host, brother. That's my only rule. Don't talk over the host. He helped with opportunity zones and helped investors reinvest in the community and build up housing that had been vacant for years. So he incentivized people to go into these high-risk neighborhoods where financially it's a high risk to invest in these neighborhoods. He incentivized them with tax cuts and tax breaks in order for them to invest in opportunity zones to build up the communities that were once vitalized but now have been decimated due to the bad policy.
So I want to ask everybody if they remember the Michigan crisis.
Wait, hold on, Mama. I kind of want to answer your other question, but because you asked a question earlier, and I never really answered it for you.
Let me know when I can talk.
Okay, go ahead.
So to answer your question, because you're saying, why did we just give them $700? Meanwhile, we're sending money to Ukraine, XYZ, right? The $700 is not the money they're allocated in totality. That's the money that they've been given through executive order. They have to actually register through FEMA and get the additional funding that is allocated to Congress.
Well, FEMA is broke.
FEMA already said they don't have the funds to distribute.
Hence why the very end of that sentence was the words allocated to Congress.
I guess we should. Could we talk about the reason why FEMA is broke?
Yeah. So when we do a budget,
can we talk about the reason why FEMA is actually broke?
Can we adjust what I just said though? Like the president by executive order not actually just give them the money that you're wanting them to do. You're wanting him to do Congress's job, which is not his job.
No, because your whole premise is flawed. Because he was able to pass a national security executive order based off of the state of emergency going down.
And what is the cap on
all
that?
he could allocate was $750. He was even on camera saying we ain't got no more money for them. He literally said that on camera. He said we don't have any more funds for them. And then the same breath, he's sending money to Ukraine. He could have stopped all that and said, hold on to those funds.
Congress is sending money to Ukraine.
He could have vetoed it. The president has the ultimate veto power. So whatever the Congress passes, he can end up vetoing it. And then
he can veto it, but he doesn't.
Can I say something really quick?
Something that he's willing to sign.
I'm gonna mute. If you could just let me say something real quick. What I'm saying is, Biden actually did come out and say, this is what we allocated, right?
Yep.
FEMA is broke. I mean, he didn't say that, but we know that FEMA is broke. What I'm going to say is, how in the same week, you're allocating $2.4 billion, $1 million, and we're just going to add that to the total of the money that we've already given Ukraine. How are you going to say, we give you $2.4 million, but yet for what's going on in our own backyard, I think it was $740 million, which equals out to be about $700 for each victim.
Yeah, I just answered that, but I can answer it a different way.
Okay, hold on. I'm not done. I'm not done. What I'm saying is, how?
Okay,
how?
So you're asking how, and I'm going to answer it for you.
Can I finish?
But then you told me you're not done.
God, hold on.
You're saying how? You're asking me a question.
Control yourself, okay? What I'm asking is, how in the world is FEMA broke? So I want you to answer that question.
Okay. First of all, I don't.
That FEMA is broke?
Okay. First of all, I don't know where you're getting.
Why the actual reasons why FEMA is broke.
You let me know when you're done asking the question, and because apparently I'm
talking.
Your pauses are false
I already asked you to stop talking while I'm talking. So I'm asking you now, why is FEMA broke? Why is FEMA broke?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Am I allowed to talk now and answer you, or?
Yeah,
I mean,
go ahead and answer.
yeah, you can talk
Okay.
now.
So, one, I don't know where your source of FEMA being broke in the sense that you're using it is, right? Like, they cannot have funds allocated to them yet, and that's cool because Congress has to allocate the funds, right? The same way that the funds, hold on, let me finish, because now I'm answering your question, right? The same way the funds that are for Ukraine were already allocated from our defense budget, right? So the money was already allocated to go there. But we have to allocate the funds from Congress to FEMA, right? So when FEMA says they're broke, they're not saying, oh, we had no money left, right? We're saying we're waiting for money from Congress.
But no, hold on.
Can I say something to his response?
Hold up. I just want to correct. I just want to correct you because you're trying to say that the money has to be allocated, and there is a fund for FEMA, and it was depleted because of the illegal alien situation. Because they're taking the money from FEMA and calling the illegal alien a national disaster or a state of emergency,
And now
rather.
Congress is
And they
waiting for
took
more
those
funds.
funds and used the FEMA funds for the illegal aliens to get some money. That's what happened.
And that's
Can I just be honest? Can I say something real quick? Can I say something real quick, please? Please let me say something. So that's exactly where I was going with this. Basically, we have an allotted amount for FEMA, but that was spent on illegal aliens. And now we did not know that this was going to happen in North Carolina. But it's almost like you have a checking account and you're like, I'm going to spend everything, and then all of a sudden somebody is charging you all these other things, right? You have no funds. FEMA has no funds, and I think it's ridiculous that FEMA doesn't have funds to help people in the United States of America. Like, they're citizens.
You keep making a claim that's not backed up by any source.
They're citizens, and they are struggling.
Right here.
But yet
Okay.
FEMA doesn't have the money to help you.
I'll see what they see.
I got the source right here. Hold on, Jane. Hold on. Look, when you bring the source, they want to talk over you. The source, the National Review. Mayorkas warns FEMA lack of funding for hurricane cleanup after agency spent over $1 billion
Is your source
on
a news
illegal
report?
aliens. Look
Your
up
source
the
is a news
source.
report.
I just
I
said
don't
the
understand
National
why
Review.
you're.
I can't hear you. So maybe the problem is I can't even hear you. I'm
The
asking
source
you.
is the
Is the
National
source?
Review. I just said
Okay.
that. Look it up.
I don't understand why you're denying this. I'll be honest.
Mayorkas warns. I'm giving you the headline. I'm giving you the headline. Type away. Type away.
I don't have a
Mayorkas
computer in
warns
front of me.
FEMA lacks funding for hurricane cleanup after agencies spent over $1 billion
Yes.
on illegal aliens.
Okay. So
So
can I
I guess
respond?
that's my question. I mean, I know
You were just
I know
debunked.
you don't want to
Yes,
answer the
respond.
question.
Okay. So to respond to the host, right? And I don't know if maybe Mama. I can't say the rest of your name, but maybe you guys aren't aware of how FEMA funds are allocated, right? They're
Really
allocated by
simply,
state.
it's called Mama War.
I literally can't see the rest of it. I see Mamba WA ellipses because it's in a box, right?
Okay, that's fine.
Anyway, FEMA allocates funds via state, right? So it's not like you're saying like the FEMA, the organization, doesn't have funds. It's that each state is allocated a certain amount of funds based on their capita and then what they're protecting from. Like California gets a lot because of the wildfires.
No,
That they
that's
tend to
not
have
correct.
XYZ. I mean, this is on. You can just look up FEMA.gov and just look up how their shit works, or look at the Constitution or whatever. For how the
Why
Congress
can't
funds
they
things. But
allocate
anyway,
funds to North Carolina since they're going through this then?
So anyway, like I was saying though, so when FEMA is saying that they are currently like not funded, they're currently that's very important in that sentence, right? Currently not being funded by that.
But why is
That's
that?
why they go to Congress, and in the lieu of a disaster like that, the president can, by executive order, allocate certain funds temporarily while Congress is getting a budget together to get a situation together. So it's not like we're just broke, we have no money for FEMA.
Somebody got some background. But here's the thing. Hold on. Holy Mias or Miasma. What a miasma. You're actually wrong. Okay. FEMA through the Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities program allocates a certain amount of money to the states. Yes, but it's not based off of individual states. So it's not this state gets 7 million, this state gets 10 million. It's not like that. It's a separate fund for the states, period. So what happened was the BRICS program that is FEMA's national policy. You said, look at the Constitution. We're looking at it right now. The BRICS program is the one who facilitates that distribution to the states. It's a fund for the states, not for each individual state. So if there's a national emergency or state of emergency in a specific state, then what they do is they take some of those funds from the BRICS program and distribute it to that state. The BRICS program is just a facilitator of those funds. It is not something that differentiates or divides by state, okay? Now, a state has their own national emergency fund that they work into their budget, but obviously with a natural disaster, they're being overwhelmed. So, I find it very disingenuous that you're saying, okay, each state has a specific fund from
you see what my
That's not
sign
true.
says, right?
That's just
Like,
not
you
true.
see what I'm
It's
pointing at,
disingenuous
right?
to say that because you're trying to distort the facts and you're trying to distort the reality that these funds were depleted because of the illegal alien situation.
You guys see where I'm pointing at, right? Like where I'm at.
I don't care what you're pointing at. I got the law right here.
I don't care what you're pointing at.
So like to tell me like I don't know what I'm talking about is crazy.
You don't know
You're
what
pointing
you're
at a
talking
sign
about.
that
You're
says
sitting
we
in the
are
lobby of a
leaders.
government building.
Can anybody go research how much illegal immigration contributes to this nation? $93 billion.
Illegals do contribute a large portion.
$93 billion.
And guess what? If those jobs were going to Americans, we wouldn't need it. We would not need that.
Jobs going to Americans.
Can I just say that I think North Carolina would do so much with $93 billion.
And they cannot claim.
Yeah, and it's causing inflation because the money that they're contributing is from government funding and government spending. So they're not spending their own money that they work hard on. They are taking that money. They're taking that money through the drug trade. They're using that money through the government program.
I can hear you,
I
host.
told you can't talk over the host. You can't talk over the host. Get your behind. That's my number one rule. That's the only rule. Don't talk over the host.
Can I address other things you said? I'm not trying to talk. I'm not trying to talk over you. I'm just trying to understand what they're saying because he said 93 billion. I wanted to ask him how much do they take from the system? Because if they're using welfare, they're using food stamps.
Exactly.
If we're
all those programs are
how
Social
much are they
Security.
taking? So I wanted to ask how much are they taking in contrast to contributing. That's all.
So while I was
We only have
before
four
I came
states that
on,
allocate welfare and food stamps.
before I came on about the FEMA stuff.
I'm trying to. I'm sorry. I think.
No, go ahead. I just want somebody.
Mama has
Do
the
you
floor.
know
Mama
what my
has the
question
floor.
is, man?
I think if you looked at the budget and we were to separate everything, FEMA does have a budget, right? Just like the host said, right? But the majority, if not all of the budget, has been spent on illegals coming to our country. And what happens is, I guess maybe they did this and they were hoping that there was not going to be a catastrophe. But here we are. We have North Carolina needing our government, United States government, to come in and rescue them, just like Hawaii. And it's not happening because we spent our money somewhere else.
This has been the best and fastest response to national
And
disaster.
hold on. And the fact that he said, illegals contribute $93 billion is a lie. I just fact checked it. It's a lie. That's not true at all. As a matter of fact, we spent $640 million of the FEMA fund on illegal aliens trying to help out the states. Like I just said, it's not individualized by the states. There's a fund for the states, and we spent $640 million of that money facilitated through the BRICS program for illegal aliens because of the influx into the country. So illegal aliens do not contribute $93 billion to the U.S. government. That's a damn lie.
So
They
what I
always
want
lie.
to say,
They always lie.
what I want to say to everybody is this should be an awakening for people, right? Why have we spent the majority of our FEMA, right, to help out illegal immigrants to the point where if something happens in the United States, we don't have enough money to help them if something happens in the United States. What does that mean? I really want people to think about that.
At least
just
we
for
have
a
a
second.
president willing to give 100% of the budget to a natural disaster.
Who's giving 100% of the budget?
Joe Biden has
But the budget-
allocated
hold on,
99%
hold
of
on.
the
Can I
budget
just
to
say
FEMA
something real
compared
quick?
to Trump in 2017 during Hurricane Harvey. Allocated
Real quick.
1%.
I'm sorry.
It took 6
Sorry.
days to activate disaster declaration.
Wow.
Yes, he's giving 100% to the budget.
No.
The problem is 100% is 100% of our budget is $750 per person a month, right?
Anyone's ever
So
given.
that is 100% of our budget. We have spent so much of the budget for other things that we don't have. I mean, what you're saying is a true statement, right? So what you're saying is we have a president who is spending 100% of the budget to help North Carolina. You're right.
I would rather have a president.
Oh, hold
who's
on.
willing
Can I
to
say
give
something?
budget.
Hold
Go
on,
ahead.
please. Let me talk. What I'm saying is 100% of the budget means there is only $750 million left over. And according to
Not
everybody...
even. Here's the actual
Can I
numbers.
finish?
Here's the
Can I please finish?
I can't let. I gotta stop you because we gotta do the fact check. I'll let you continue right after that. But there's
These people are not getting
$724
enough.
million allocated for the fiscal year of 2024. We've spent $640 million on illegal aliens. So he's not doing half or 100% of the budget.
Exactly,
The
that's
budget
my
was
point.
depleted. There's only $84 million left,
Well, he's doing
and that is
100% of
going
what
to
we have left.
the Helene. That's going to the Helene natural
Yeah,
disaster.
what
So hold on. I just want to make that. I just want to make that clear because when people say he gave 100% of the FEMA budget to Helene, no, that's
Exactly.
or 99%, whatever their number they're claiming. That's
Thank you,
not
host.
true. The budget was 724 million. We spent
No,
650 million.
Can I just say
He's
this real quick?
giving- Hold on.
I'm gonna
Guys.
mute after this.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna mute after this.
You cannot talk over the host. Don't talk over the host. He's giving the remainder, which is 84 million,
Yes.
to Helene. So in all actuality, that's not 100% of the budget. That's not 99% of the budget. That's actually 11%. 11% of the FEMA budget, which we could have had more of that. But Biden declared too many national emergency. The 11% is only going to Helene. So I just wanted to make that clarification. We just fact checked it, and this is coming from FEMA.gov press release, and this is in the fiscal year of 2024.
I
The
agree
release
with you.
number, if you want to look it
So-
up, HQ 24169. It documents the whole budget. We already
Yes.
spent most of the budget.
So what I'm saying is when somebody comes out and goes, Biden is given 100% of the budget to North Carolina and what's going on, 100% of what? 10%?
Yes,
Percent of 10%?
basically.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yep.
Thank you,
yep.
host, for
You
saying that.
compare Biden's
So can I address some of the other
Hurricane
things that you guys have
Eileen
been talking
compared to
about?
Hurricane Harvey, California wildfires. His response is 100% better than both of those situations was handled under Trump.
Wait. So what about when Trump was actually down there? He went down there. He brought
6
money.
days after the hurricane Harvey hit.
No, I'm talking
it took
about
6
I'm
days
talking about
for
now.
FEMA to be
Trump is
activated.
not president.
I'm talking
He
about
was down
Trump-
there for a photo op.
Trump
He
is
went,
not
had them
president.
build him a stage.
bruh.
In places where governor, do you not know
Trump
what it
is
takes
not
to show
president.
up as an official?
You
They
understand
have to
Trump is not president, correct?
Trump is
block
not
off
president.
public
He's
roads
down there.
because he is a target because assassinations.
He already got.
Trump is not
First
president,
responders
right?
to protect him
He already-
from the disaster,
Can I finish?
protect his convoy.
I mean, I'm just
They
trying to
took
say
all
Trump
away
is not
all these
president.
resources for him
Where's
to
our
go do a
president?
photo op.
Can I finish?
Doing what the governor told him not to do and not come.
Trump was already down there, and he brought them $3 billion. He almost has $3 billion in
GoFundMe funds from other people's pockets.
Oh, but
Trump is not president. So, I mean,
Trump released funds instantly for Hurricane Harvey. What are you talking about?
So Trump is not president. We're looking to our president to do something, and he's not.
Damn. I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting
just took place. Excuse me. I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dogs. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo.
Whoa.
Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass suit on.
That's that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Jaquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
You guys mind if I address some of the things that you said earlier that I wrote
I
down?
haven't heard about Joe Biden since July when he switched out with Kamala.
He was
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
He's sleeping in the PJs and all that.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, he's like, okay, there's something going on in South Carolina. Maybe I'm too old to wade through the waters like Trump did, right? Who is like 4 years older than Biden. So Biden's not there. Kamala just now got there. But I don't see her wading through waters. I don't see her trying to save anybody. I don't see her wading through waters saying, hey, are you stuck? Can I help you at
When
any
has
point?
any president done that? When has any president been like wading through
Trump?
waters and been like,
Trump?
when did Trump wade through waters?
Wait a minute. I do want to say that that picture is AI. That picture of Donald Trump is AI.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where.
No, I don't think that it is because
it's been fact checked already. It's not.
It is.
It's
So AI. Here's what I'm going to say.
It's AI.
Here's what I'm going to say. If it's AI, I'm pretty sure Fox News would have never showed it, right? So
That's Fox News.
Trump is wading through waters, and what I'm going to say is, Trump has his own shit, right? Just like with Michigan, right? Just like with Puerto Rico, he was there and he was unloading trucks on both occasions, and he was wading through waters on both occasions. What I'm asking is there a picture of Harris wading through waters and trying to help people? Is there a picture of
I don't think
unloading
there's a picture
truck?
of any.
Hold on,
any president taking a
hold on. I'm saying, is there a picture of her unloading a truck of water? Is there anything?
I just answered your question.
So basically, your answer is no.
I said I don't think there's a president of any candidate doing that, which would include Harris. Yes.
Yeah, there is. So with what I'm going to ask you is what happened in Michigan, and we all know this, right? What happened with Michigan in the water supply? It started in 2014, right? Trump visited Michigan in 2015. This is before he became president, by the way. This is before he even ran for president. He was there helping unload trucks and everything else. And then he visited one other time after he became president. So what I'm asking you is, Kamala wading through water, and is Kamala
Mama,
unloading
stop
trucks?
talking for a little bit.
So
So
I've
someone
already
else
answered
can
that
talk.
question. Like you can answer it six
Okay.
more times or ask it 6 more times, but I've answered it already.
Okay, well, can you answer my
Mama,
question?
stop talking for a little bit so someone else can talk.
please. Mama, Trump did not wade through water. Trump did not unload trucks. Trump did not go through rescuing dogs and cats out of the water.
Oh my God.
That's all fake.
So this
Every
is all
one of those
AI?
photos that you're trying to source are
Is this
AI.
all AI?
Even the Trump supporters
okay.
told you that it was fake.
So
Yeah, I mean that's
Like,
Mama,
the actual Trump supporters are agreeing that those are fake
Mama,
photos.
sorry.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Mama.
Let's agree.
Look,
The photos
Mama.
of him going through water, AI generated. That's fine. He went before any other
Yes, that's my point.
president. He went before Vice
Hold up,
President
hold
Harris.
up.
He went
Because
before
all
Joe
these pictures
Biden.
are
He's not
AI.
even president.
Just the
Host, I have
Harris
something to
part.
say about that as well.
I'm trying to hear the host. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm trying to hear the host and what he's saying.
Yes,
Host,
so-
I have something to say about that as well.
Go ahead.
Because you have misinformation there as well. Trump did go. Trump was asked not to go. The president and Kamala were asked not to go to these disaster zones because
But
they
Trump
were
went.
taking resources away
But Trump
from the
went
rescue
regardless
mission.
of whether he was told not to go, right?
Actually, Trump was
Mama.
invited
Wait
to
a minute.
Valdosta, Georgia, which he actually went to before any of them. He went to Valdosta because he didn't go straight to North Carolina because they
Exactly.
said refrain from mass people coming and trying to get aid in before we go. So he didn't go to
Host.
North Carolina. Hold on. Don't talk
No,
over the
you're
host.
no,
Don't.
host.
If
You're
you
wrong
talk over
again.
the host, if you talk over the host,
No,
you're gonna
you're
get
wrong.
booted. I don't talk over you guys. I ask you to present me that same respect. He went to
We're not saying
Valdosta.
he never went to a.
He went to Valdosta. They invited him to come. He got permission. He went, and they accepted him and embraced him. And he was looking at the damage that happened, made a speech. It was
The point
all
is, he was
but
there.
He acted
Mama,
before
shut up.
the sitting president, and he
I hope you
acted
do shut up.
before the vice president.
Host,
Everybody shut up so I can
Host.
hear the host.
host.
Go again.
The
Go ahead.
Governor Kemp of Georgia told Biden, Kamala, and Trump to stay out of Georgia. They don't need them right now.
So
Also,
but Trump came, did he not?
Mama, shut up. Also,
No, you shut up. Trump came.
you're the one that's
regardless,
talking
right?
over everybody, Mama. Also,
Y'all are talking over. I'm trying to get information.
also,
Oh my God.
funds were approved by Joe Biden for this hurricane relief before
$700
the hurricane ever
You're
hit.
right. You're right.
There were people
$700?
waiting and ready to go and respond to this as soon as they were able to get into the area. So
Was
don't
it the
say
same
that Joe
funds
Biden
that
was
we
sitting on a
gave
beach
Ukraine?
because that was already
Was it
done.
the same amount of funds that we gave Ukraine? Was it the
Mama,
same?
Mama, Ukraine funds come from a different budget.
Oh,
Congress,
okay.
Congress,
It's a different bucket.
Congress,
It's a, you know,
Mama,
it's like,
shut
it's
up.
a different bucket.
Mama, shut up.
Ow. Ow. Wait.
Mama,
Ow.
Mama,
Ow,
you
wait.
asked a question.
Ow.
Let me respond to it, okay? Shut up.
No, I'm not going to
Wait
shut
a
up.
minute. Wait a minute.
All right, hey,
I'm not
guys,
gonna
let's
shut
refrain
up.
from the language. Let's refrain from the
God
language.
damn
This is
it.
a children's show.
Host,
This is a
mute
family
Mama long
show.
enough that someone else can get a word in.
Yeah,
I'm trying to ask a question.
Say is
I'm
bullshit.
trying to ask a question.
Mama, you asked a question. Let me respond to your question. Yes.
You already answered it, and it's all
I
bullshit.
wasn't done answering your question.
Oh, so your answer to the question requires a paragraph. Okay, cool.
It
Go ahead.
requires more than 3 words. You get what, 10, 15 minutes to say the same thing over and over, but no one else gets to talk.
At no
Mama.
point did the
Mama,
host
now
give me
let me
15
finish
minutes.
answering your question. Ukraine funds come from a different budget. Funds were, as you all already agreed, designated for FEMA. Those funds have been depleted for many reasons. There have been many national disasters or regional disasters.
What
Mama,
national disasters have taken our funds?
Mama, let me finish. There have
No,
been
I'm
wild.
just asking you a question.
Okay,
What
if
national
you shut up, I
disasters
can
has
answer.
taken our funds?
I gotta mute Al's for a second. Here's the thing. Als, you're wrong. Governor Kemp, there's no source provided that Governor Kemp told Trump not to come to Georgia in support of the victims of Hurricane Helene. There's no source. If you can provide me with a source, I'd be happy to read it on the stream. But currently, there is no source showing that Governor Kemp told President Trump not to come to Georgia, not to come to Valdosta because of the hurricane. So that is not true. That is not true. So, I mean, what happened was Governor Kemp has allegedly that they said they've been playing phone tag with the Biden-Harris administration, and they haven't been able to get Kamala Harris or Joe Biden on the phone yet. That is the only, and now the news media is saying Trump falsely claims that Georgia governor was unable to talk to Biden. But there's no source stating that Governor Kemp told Donald Trump not to come to Georgia for Hurricane Helene. So that's false. So I just got to fact check it.
got a violation.
I just had to fact check it. I'm going to unmute you. You can go ahead. But yeah.
I just got a violation.
Yeah, but
and I'm not sure what I violated. But here we go.
But at the end of the day, that's absolute garbage because they're both Republicans. So it doesn't make sense why Donald Trump would sit up here or Brian Kemp would sit up here and say that you can't come to my state. So that's propaganda. We all know that's absolute propaganda.
That's not true at all. Not true at all.
I feel like Al's gave me a violation warning.
Propaganda.
To be honest.
Yeah.
So just to, because I'm ignoring
it's the
the
clock
whole
app.
thing
They're going to give you.
the thing with the governor talking to them. I wasn't aware of if that did happen or didn't. I'm just more concerned of like, did we all forget that like in very recent times, like Iran and Israel have had like tensions rise and there's been like military assets used and stuff like. I don't know why we want the executive branch, the branch that deals with foreign affairs, to be doing things that Congress is allocated to do, which is FEMA and funds like that. Because I don't like cool like they get a photo op if they go down there. Well, congratulations, okay, cool. Like both sides. I don't want them doing that. I want them to do their damn job right now, which is foreign affairs.
Right.
The executive.
I'm absolutely glad. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to cut you off, but I'm glad that you brought that up because nobody's bringing up the fact that there's war in the Middle East and the colleagues that we have in the Middle East will determine if we have World War III or not.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good question of who should we elect, not just the president, but Congress and state municipalities. Like, it's not just president. We should be talking about other elections as well. Who do we think is going to stop World War III at this point?
Then
So
I have to ask.
you guys want to address some earlier points that you guys said before they get buried in the stuff. I wrote them down. So when I first joined this live, there was a question essentially asking, essentially the topic was the border and, and how, a lot of people are crossing, which I think both sides can agree that we have a border crisis, correct? Like both sides can agree on that, correct?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so my question then becomes, and this is the same question that's been asked in other lives and even on the debate stage, right? We had a bipartisan border bill that was drafted. It was written by, I can't remember his name, but he was a Republican, and of course with the help of also of people, right? Why did we not pass that if this was such a big issue? Like
hold on. Okay, let me answer this. Hold on, let me answer this. We already addressed this earlier. The reason why we didn't pass it is because it allocated about $139 billion to Ukraine, and it allocated $90 billion to Israel. So the reason why the House would not pass that bill is because it wasn't about the border. It was about foreign aid. Now, there is a bill, a viable bill that already passed the House. It's a border bill. It's a strictly border bill, meaning the contents of that bill is only dedicated to solving the border issue. It's called HR2. HR2, look it up. That is the bill that already passed the House, and the Senate refuses to bring it up to a vote because they know if they bring it up to a vote, it will pass. So we already have a border bill that already passed the House, and they refuse to bring it up to a vote in the Senate because it's Democrat ran and they don't want the border issue to get fixed. So when they're saying, Trump told the Republicans not to vote for the border bill, the reason why is not for a photo op. It's not for a political reason. It's because that was not a border bill. It was a foreign aid bill that had a little teeny weensy part about the border, which was just the title.
Correction. Those bills were separated. The Yes, they were.
That's not
The
true.
Ukraine bill passed
minute.
as a separate bill. The border bill portion of it was refused to go up to a vote by the Senate.
They have the bill online and they have it highlighted. The dude from Florida, what's the name of that? The Republican from Florida, the black dude that's on Trump's team.
Byron Harris.
Yeah,
Or Byron Donalds.
Harris.
Byron Donalds. My bad. Byron Donalds.
Byron Donalds already
Yeah, Byron
explained
Harris.
that not one time, not two times, not three times, but four times.
Yep.
And he put the bill up.
Yeah.
Explain what? I just want clarification from you.
Go ahead.
He explained why the Republicans didn't sign off on that bill because of the extra stuff that was added to the bill, and he didn't explain it one time. He explained it
Jeff,
four times.
That's what I don't like about
So I have a question in relation
Jeff,
to that. No.
the bill was split into two different
It
bills.
was not split. He
The
showed
Ukraine
you the bill.
aid bill passed.
He did pass the Ukraine aid bill. That is true.
Thank you.
And then he did pass a border. I think he made an executive order for the border, which limited the amount of asylum seekers to 2,500 a day.
Correct.
But we all know that there's more than 2,500 a day coming through. So there's still illegal aliens coming through, but they limited the amount of asylum seekers. So now there can only be 2,500 a day, which is still bad. But there can only allegedly be only 2,500 a day documented asylum seekers, but there are still illegal aliens coming through the border. The border was never fixed. They just limited the number of asylum seekers. So that's why they make that differentiation with the Haitian asylum seekers and the other illegal aliens who are crossing the border. So you are right. They did pass the Ukraine funding bill. That did pass. And then Biden made executive order to pass a bill that limited asylum seekers to 2,500 a day.
I'd like to add some extra information to what you just said, because everything you just said was correct.
Yes.
I absolutely agree 100%. And you don't need me to tell you that, but I agree totally.
Good.
However, Biden limiting that and doing it by executive order was not the border bill that was attached to the Ukraine funding originally.
Yes, it wasn't. Yes.
So to go back to my question, because I think that's the point in which we've established that the Ukraine part that passed regardless, and we both disagreed on that, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so my question goes back to, so why did we not pass the border patrol portion? If you're saying that it's because of the Ukraine addition to it, but we passed that part anyway, then logically speaking, what was the reason?
Because it wasn't a good bill. It wasn't a good bill. It didn't have enough teeth. We already have a border bill that passed
by the border
House.
patrol themselves.
We already say what?
It was endorsed by the border patrol. Like they wanted.
No, it was not. No, it was not. That's a
lie.
lie. That's a lie. It was not endorsed by the border patrol. What they said was, we need all the help that we can get. But even the border patrol agent came out and said that he did not endorse that bill. He just said that anything helps. He did not endorse the bill. Stop capping, bro. It's not true. He didn't endorse the bill. He literally just came out a couple weeks ago and said we did not endorse that bill because Kamala lied during the debate and said the border patrol endorsed the bill, and that's not true.
Okay, I'll look that up. I will look that up, and if you're right, hold on. I wasn't.
Once again, some additional information. That bill that hasn't been gone through, the one that actually started in the Senate and Congress refuses to vote on, that Congress refuses to even have a hearing on for negotiation so that the bill could be changed, was drafted by the primary drafter of that bill was a Republican from Kentucky. Also participating in the drafting of that bill was representatives from Border Patrol. Also participating in the drafting of the bill were Democrats. So please do not say that if that bill did not have the teeth that people wanted, it was equal. It was probably because there had to be a lot of negotiations to get something that was they were even willing to be put on paper. So I don't think anyone really loved that bill. But it was a bill that could have passed. And to what you just said about this Border Patrol agent, it was a bill that would have helped, even if it didn't solve the issue.
So I just want to bring some clarification to you saying that the Republicans wrote the bill. The reality is, if you are a Republican, and especially these never Trumpers, they completely have Trump derangement syndrome. They can't see facts from logic when it comes to Trump.
There's no such thing as Trump derangement syndrome.
Yes, there is.
Oh,
Yes, there is. I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of you guys have it. I'm sure a lot of you guys have it. Hold on. I'm sure a lot of you guys have it. And as a matter of fact,
that's just immature nonsense, sir.
No.
Try to
Trump
be
has
civil
had
in your dialogue.
Don't talk
If
over
you're
the
going to have a
host.
civil dialogue, you
Don't
can't
talk
use this
over
sort
the
of BS,
host.
sir.
Don't talk over the host. I'm going to warn you one time. Don't talk over the host. I'm going to mute you one time. As a matter of fact, the man who tried to assassinate Donald Trump had Trump derangement syndrome. Ryan Ralph, the guy who was camping out in Mar-a-Lago golf course, he had Trump derangement syndrome. So that is a real thing. People are very triggered by Trump. And to say that it's not true is just a complete fabrication because there are literally people trying to kill him.
There were two people. No, wait a minute. There were two people that were trying to kill him.
I told you. I'm giving y'all a warning. If you just don't talk over the host, I'm going to give you the floor.
Excuse me,
Sorry about that reclaim, but there was two people. There was two people who tried to. He had two assassination attempts. So let's be real about that.
The
Two
fact
of
that he
them.
had assassination attempts was stupid enough.
What?
No, I said the fact that he had assassination attempts in general was stupid.
Yeah.
Host. When you talk about things like Trump derangement syndrome and all that stuff, you are speaking from feelings and not facts. And so, sir, you have been going through here, and something I have really liked about this so far is that you are speaking from facts and you are speaking from sources. But when you say things like that, you are speaking from feelings, not fact.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait, Al. So
hear your feelings.
Wait a minute, Al. So everything that he said so far was fact, but the one thing that he said was Trump derangement syndrome, and that's feelings.
Yes,
that's feelings.
I'll wait.
Absolutely. Show me where there is something called Trump derangement syndrome that can be diagnosed.
You don't wait, Al. Let me ask you this: you don't think that somebody trying to kill somebody 2 times is derangement or syndrome?
Do you know what the definition of a syndrome is? But by its name in itself should prove that it's not a real thing.
I mean, I don't even think you can.
Well, I mean, the first one was a
Republican. This is a stupid
and the second one was
trying to
Republican. So
penalize somebody else.
Okay, wait, hold fast. Let's not even do syndrome. Let's say disorder. Those people have mental disorders, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I think we can all agree with that. But to call
they
but
have
there is
mental
nothing
disorders.
but there is nothing called Trump derangement syndrome. It's not a disease.
Okay.
Did they
That's
have mental
political
disorders?
correctness.
Of course. They did not live in a reality that the rest of us live in.
Okay, so here's the thing. Hold on. Here's the thing. Let's break it down. There are people who are so triggered by Trump that not only do they want to pew him, they also were cheering on social media. And I'm sure if we go through some of y'all stuff, there's people who were cheering and saying, oh, just a little bit to the left, or oh, you missed, or oh, you are wishing death on a former U.S. president. That is insane. So when you do that, and it's triggered by the rightful president. When you do that, then we give it a name. Now, is it something that is categorized and codified into, a psychological book or implemented in the DSM-5? No, but there are psychologists who have come out and said, yes, Trump derangement syndrome, or what we call Trump derangement syndrome, let's just call it being triggered by Trump, is a real thing. It's very real, and it is pervasive in our society, and it is exacerbated by the coverage from the media.
Sir,
how many times does this have to happen?
That's so funny. Because on January 6th, when he sent a whole group of people to kill Mike Pence.
How many times? Hold on. How many times does
or
this
when he was making fun of
have to happen? How many times does this have to happen before somebody takes it seriously? right?
Come on.
Exactly.
Mama, they
That's my
took
whole
it
thing.
seriously
It's
the
like,
first time. That's why the
no,
guy
wait,
is
so fast.
unalived.
But that's my whole thing. It's like when JFK got shot, everybody took it serious. When Abraham Lincoln got shot, everybody took that serious. But for whatever
Because they
reason,
were
when Donald Trump
unalived.
gets shot,
I mean, he got shot in the
nobody
head.
cares.
Because both of those people you said were actually unalived.
Hold on.
So because it wasn't in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, hold on.
That's my
I
whole
just
thing.
want to interject with a fact check. Bro just said, oh, he
How are
told...
you guys so
Hold on.
cold-hearted?
Hold on.
I don't understand this.
Hold on, mama. I got you.
It sounds cold-hearted.
I got you. So, bro just said that Trump told people to go kill Mike Pence on January 6th. That's not true.
He never
either.
said that.
There's
Not
no
true.
Never said that.
Not
state
true.
that Trump
He never
explicitly
said
told
that.
any Jan Siggers to target Mike Pence. That's just not true. Just
Why?
not true.
Not
He told him not
true.
to
Can I
certify
ask
the
a
election
question real
because
quick?
it was immense fraud, but he did not tell him to go. He did not tell him to go delete
What was
Mike
the main
Pence.
slogan
Just
that
wanted to-
the
I know a
whole...
lot of
just
people
wanted
want
to
to
fact
talk.
check. Just wanted to fact check.
What
Now
was
we
the
can
slogan
get back to
they
the
were
regularly
saying
scheduled
when they were trying
program.
to...
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Wait,
What I'm saying
yeah,
is,
go ahead. Go ahead.
we're all human beings. At what point is it okay to try to unalive somebody just because you don't believe in what they stand for?
Nobody said
At
it
what
was.
point is that
Exactly.
okay?
Nobody said
Mama,
it was
has
okay.
anyone in here said that
Wait a
was
minute.
okay?
Wait, can I say something as well before
No,
anybody else says
I
something?
have not said that
You
that is
guys,
okay.
wait, hold fast.
Mr.
Alice,
Holy
Alice,
has not
please,
said
please.
that it was okay.
Yeah, but
And
no,
JTIRU
that's
has
not what
not
I'm
said that was
saying.
okay.
Please, wait.
Nobody
Can someone
said that's
let me?
okay.
oh my God, shut
Just let me
up.
finish. Just let me finish. You guys are the same people who say that democracy was compromised on January 6th.
That's
You
still
think that
true.
democracy would be compromised if one of the presidential candidates would be killed in the middle of a presidential election?
Exactly.
Yep.
Like wine?
So democracy
Is any
Nobody should be
wine?
killed.
Wine? No one in this chat right now currently disagrees with you on any of that.
I never say you did. It was just a question.
Okay.
Just a question.
So can I say something?
Go ahead.
Nobody in this chat
Go ahead.
currently disagrees with that, but yet I just got a violation. I'm not even sure why I got the violation because I never said anything that's not true. But let's move on, right?
What was the violation for?
I don't know because
told you.
once I go out of this, live, and I check my violation, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be I'm not going to be allowed to join any lives. We all know how this works. Why are we acting like we're
Right.
stupid? We don't know how this works, right?
Every time I get a
So-
violation, I
Can I
tell you.
just
That's
point
So
the
why
thing.
did I get a violation?
Okay, well,
Can
I
anyone
don't
say
mind-
why I got a
I don't
violation?
my question.
Figure that out by yourself. Go on
Yeah,
TikTok.
I mean,
No,
I would just say appeal through TikTok. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
I mean,
let's
we
stick
know
to the
that's
topic.
not
I'm
bad.
sorry you got the violation. Guess what? It happened to me all the time. It happens to me all the
Yes,
time.
I understand
That's because
that.
TikTok is super
Happens to
woke
me.
and they
It
don't
happens
support
to
free
me.
speech, and it's a Chinese app, which is fine.
They don't.
We love it. We love it. We love TikTok. We love the Discord that
I
we're
would
able
just
to
like-
have on TikTok. That's fine. But there is an issue with
I
the
call
way
it
that
the
people are
clock app.
targeted and whatnot, and we can acknowledge
It
that
is,
now.
right.
But definitely, we need to stay on the topic as it pertains to Trump derangement syndrome.
Right.
If we want to move on to another topic and conclude this, okay.
Could I add one
we don't
thing?
have to call.
I got plenty of
you,
topics.
Al's. You're right after I go. We don't have to call it Trump derangement syndrome, but everybody has acknowledged that people are triggered to the point that they want to assassinate the former president based off of
Right.
his political views,
Yes.
which is a huge issue, and nobody.
Exactly.
That's not okay.
Yes.
And
Who
no one
tried
in
to
here said it
assassinate
was
Kamala
okay,
Harris?
Mama.
I don't think it's okay, and I think there's
my
people
ad,
who are
my
doing
one
it.
ad.
Nobody's saying it's okay.
And keep
Plus, the
donating
first
though. If
one
y'all
looked
like the
mass
stream,
staged.
keep donating, show some love. You know what I'm saying? I'll do a little shimmy if y'all throw some money on it in the collection plate.
Oh, that's crazy. Do I have any money? I'm trying to see that Harlem Shake.
But
So the one thing I would
just
like-
want to. Can I say something real quick? I just want to say, like, regardless of whether you agree with Trump or not, right? That's your choice. I understand that and I respect that. But what I don't understand is this man has had 2 attempts on his life based on how he feels.
Yep.
That's sad.
That's not
It's
true.
really
Right,
sad.
for sure.
Like
He has these
99%
people
of
trying to kill him
assassination
because he's a
attempts.
That's not
scumbag.
true.
It's
99.
Wait, hold
Handle,
fast.
like
How is
there
it
were
not true?
Republican hitmen.
It doesn't
You
matter
understand
if
that?
you
There were
think he's a
Republican
scumbag.
hitman.
No,
There was
Yeah,
a
man.
Democrat
Republican.
that was extreme Democrat. There
Can
was
I
a
say this real
Republican
That's
No,
not true.
hold on.
That's
Hold
not
on.
true.
It's not true.
There was one of these.
Because, hold on.
We're
hold
both
on.
Republicans.
Hold on. No, it was not true.
No.
It was not two Republicans. For one,
One
the
was a
first-
Republican. One was a Democrat.
Republican.
He was a registered Republican, but he was not a Republican. The first Thomas Matthew Crooks, hold on, the first assassination Thomas Matthew Crooks attempt, for one, he was not a Republican. His Gabs account was actually found to be debating people, just like we're debating now. He was debating people in the chat in favor of Biden's border policy. He was debating people in the chat in Gabs, and that came out in the FBI briefings. Additionally, he was a registered Republican in Pennsylvania, yes, but the reason why he registered as a Republican was to vote against Trump in the primary for Nikki Haley, which the Democrats instructed people to do. So here's another point. And then, third off, hold on. Yeah. Yes, they did. He donated to a Democratic super PAC. Hold on, mama.
Mama, we already passed that. You're asking questions or being
Guys,
questions.
he donated to a Democratic super PAC, Act Blue, and obviously, if you're going to spend some money on it, you're probably not a Republican if you're donating to a Democratic super PAC. And the Act Blue super PAC is the one that pays all these. Stop talking over the host. You will get booted. You're going to get booted. So he donated to this Democratic super PAC. So that shows that he is willing to put his money on the Democrats. And the reason why we know that Act Blue is a Democratic super PAC, if people want to, go against that, is because, for one, the super PAC is called Act Blue. And then for two, they're the ones who are funding all these social media influencers to be pro-Kamala. Okay, now, dispute what I said.
Wait,
Host,
I'm so sorry. Reclaim.
Host, I will absolutely acquiesce on that point. My one add to the TDS that I would like to add is, if calling TDS Trump derangement syndrome and accusing everyone of having that's a Democrat, then I should be allowed to come in here, because it's very similar to me saying TDS is actually Trump delusionment syndrome. They have equal standing.
I mean, you can say that, but then we're just going to argue the point. We're just going to argue against it.
That's my point.
There is a derangement, and it's just common sense to vote for President Trump.
You can call it whatever the fuck you want, but at the end of the day, this man
Language.
has had 2 attempts in 8 weeks.
Language, please. This is a family
He sure
show.
did.
Or
Sorry.
there's just people out there that doesn't like Trump. Like, do you guys not understand why people would not like Trump?
Not liking
You guys
Trump.
are so
That's
American.
okay.
You guys understand why there's people.
No, wait.
Why
We understand
why are you
why.
trying
Wait,
to
wait.
No one in
Wait.
no one in
We
this chat has
understand
said
why.
that he should be killed for that.
Yeah,
But-
that's just a talking point.
But
Like,
people are trying to
wait,
justify.
how do you
Y'all
feel
trying to
about it,
justify
though?
it.
How do you
Wait,
feel
hold
about
fast.
it, though?
I
How do you
understand
feel
what
about
you're
the
I
saying.
can't
Yes,
hear
I
you
think
guys talk over
right.
each
That's
other.
the whole point.
So
I think it was awful.
Yeah, I didn't hear what the question was. 'cause
nobody
both of you
should
guys were
die
talking.
for anything.
One
No,
at a time.
the whole thing is the whole thing is you said, why do you think that you wouldn't understand why people would want to?
Right.
That's the whole
Exactly.
thing, because
Want to
Right.
no
what?
matter
That's
what people
crazy.
want to
And
do,
guess what?
why would you do something like that?
Yeah.
No,
And-
nobody.
and-
Wait, I didn't say that. I said why.
Yeah,
like,
you
I don't
did.
understand
You
how
did.
you guys don't
You
understand.
did
There's
say
people
that.
that don't like Trump.
You said we don't understand that people
There
don't
are
like
people
Trump, but
I
it
never said
sounds
anything
like
about the
you're
killing.
No. But it
Or
sounds
the
like you're
attempted murder.
justifying.
Can
It
you
sounds
not
like
like
you're
somebody?
justifying the assassination
Not your
attempt.
life?
Hit on, and the reason why.
No, nobody
Yeah.
should die.
Yeah.
I know.
Nobody should die on this.
I agree.
We know that's not
It
what
sounds
you're
like
saying.
justifying it.
Look, hold on. We know that's not what you're saying, but by you saying, I don't see why y'all don't understand that there's people that don't like Trump. By you saying that, it almost
Exactly.
seems like you're trying to, cape for this guy, because the reality is that that's what Ryan
Right.
Wesley Routh, the guy who
This
made
is
the second
crazy.
attempt on Trump's life, the guy who tried to,
I would never
camp
accept
out.
this.
Hold
If
on,
this
hold
was
on, hold on,
Biden,
mama.
I would never accept it.
Hold on, mama. The guy who
Wait, Mama,
tried to
please,
camp out, his son actually said the same thing. He said, my dad, just like any reasonable person, doesn't like Trump. And guess where his son is now? He is in the penitentiary because he had explicit child photos from a known group of, kitty diddlers, and now he's in prison. The man who tried to assassinate Trump, his son is in prison now because he was a child diddler, and he said the same thing, that, any reasonable person doesn't like Trump, so I don't see why y'all are confused that people are trying to kill him. That mindset is what we're calling Trump derangement syndrome, because it doesn't matter his political
you guys are talking
views.
about Trump.
You should not try to take someone's life or try and justify somebody's life being taken based off of their political views.
No. Okay,
This
can I be
is
clear, please?
serious.
Can I be clear?
Hold on.
Can I be clear
This is
before somebody else
serious.
speaks, please?
When
Hold
wait,
on.
hold on.
Let G-Truth defend
Just
himself.
come, JT.
This is
it's fine.
serious, dude.
Okay. Let JT defend himself.
So you're talking about the syndrome, right? So what I'm saying about the syndrome is I don't understand how you guys don't understand that there's people that actually just don't like him because of the way that he speaks about people, the way he acts, all the convictions he's had. About the assassination, nobody should die for any reason. Nobody should be trying to kill anybody for any reason. I do not condone that. I don't believe that there should even be a death penalty. Even if somebody does the most horrible thing, I don't think anybody should die. They should rot in hell or rot in prisons. At the end of the day, I feel like we're fighting for these people that don't care about us. Because I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican.
I agree with
we're
you.
literally fighting for people that, like even Trump. I'm not going to go against Trump, but even Trump, he makes sure that the rich don't have any taxes. And then we're these poor people looking at these immigrants coming in and being like, well, they're getting help. Why aren't we getting help?
I don't think that's the case.
That's not an immigration problem. That's a tax problem. They're misusing our taxes. They are misusing our taxes. Even the hurricanes, even the wars, even the things, they're misusing our taxes. And we're here debating over immigrants that are coming in. That has nothing to do with anything. They're not making money for us. They're not doing anything. They're not making sure that the taxes go to us.
The immigrants are the reason why we're in a house.
No, that's a
say
tax
something
problem.
without everybody
That's a
talking.
misuse of taxes.
I'll mute, but just let me say something without everybody talking. I'll mute, but let me know when I can.
That's a misuse of taxes. It's not. But
You
yes,
said
yes,
the
but listen.
immigrants are not hurting
These
people.
immigrants are coming in, but who's giving them the money? Who's giving them the money so they can
It's
come
coming
in?
out of your
government, the
tax.
It's a misuse of taxes.
The state government is giving them the money. They're giving them a stipend. They're giving them a monthly.
They're using our
fund.
tax money. They're misusing our money.
Exactly.
Our taxes.
Okay, and that's the Democrats who are doing that. How
Well,
are you
let's not blame
understanding?
immigrants.
Yes, it is.
It's not blame that immigrants are coming in.
No.
They're just coming
Don't
in.
dodge smoke now.
They can just get deported.
Don't dodge smoke now. The
No,
Democrats are
they
the
can
ones
just get
facilitating
deported.
it. You're dodging smoke, sir. You're dodging smoke, sir.
They're misusing our taxes.
Hold the phone. You're speaking about the misuse of tax dollars. It's the Democrats facilitating the misuse of tax dollars when it comes to these illegal aliens in Chicago. Democratic Mayor Brendan Johnson in New York. Eric Adams, who, as a matter of fact, he was asking for more funds and for the federal government to do more, and then he got indicted on election campaign finance issues with the FBI. But all these Democratic leadership, all the Democratic leadership in these cities that are being overwhelmed by this illegal alien issue, they're the ones who are approving these funds and creating sanctuary cities and passing bills into law, allowing these people to seek refuge in their cities. So yes,
all right. Can I just speak on that, please? Can I just speak on that? Listen. I live in Chicago. I live in Chicago.
Could I please say something?
We got immigrants.
Could I
We
please
got
say something?
immigrants bust
I live
here
in
from
California.
Texas, and the money that the Texas mayor was supposed to use, he kept it for whatever reason or wherever that money went to, and he used it to bus people to Chicago. So that wasn't a that was a misuse. That was a misuse of taxes. Again,
no, it wasn't. It was a strategic. It was a strategic and brilliant move by Governor Abbott, because all of the abuse from the illegal aliens was going to Texas and these border states, and they were getting throttled.
Are you from
by it.
Chicago?
They were getting, hold on, excuse
Are
me,
you
sir.
from Chicago?
Excuse me, sir. They were
Wait a
getting
minute.
decimated
Wait.
by it. So the reality is that Governor Abbott found a solution that he used actually less taxpayer money to bust them because it would have been more expensive to house them. It would have been more expensive
Yes.
to feed them. It would have been more expensive to take them on. So he said, okay, the Democrats don't want to fix the border. Let me send it to their front door so they understand how dire this issue
And we
is.
fixed
And
it.
guess what?
And we
They
fixed
got
the problem.
Hold on.
Because they
No,
came
because you
here.
did fix the problem. You did not
They
fix
fixed
the
the problem
problem.
because they
This
came
is
here.
why
They
immigrants
stepped
are
on
intense.
They got their asylum.
Immigrants are
And guess
intense.
what? Our streets are
Oh my
okay.
God.
Our city's okay. At the
No,
end of the day,
it's
our
not.
city is
Your
okay.
city
It
is one
When
of
you
is.
the
say your
highest
city,
It
what
is.
city is that?
Our city's okay.
Wait a minute.
What
I
city?
don't. I don't.
You're
I
Chicago,
don't see a
right?
major problem with immigrants. I don't see a
What
big problem with
city
anything.
are you talking about that's
I'm in
okay?
Chicago.
Wait, no,
I
wait,
live in Chicago.
and
What's
he's
your
capable.
city? What's your city?
I live in Chicago.
What's
I
your
live in the middle of
city?
Chicago.
Jatiru.
Chicago is an
Jatiru.
indivisible city.
Jatiru.
It's a what city?
Somebody let me talk. Somebody, please. Wait a
Go,
minute.
Mike.
Let me talk. I'm from Compton. The majority of people that are in the city of Compton are illegal immigrants. And let me tell you something. There's no job opportunities. I'm going to tell you that. There's accidents. There's car accidents. Insurance deductibles are through the roof.
Yes,
They're
ma'am.
through the roof. And it's been that way since before I was born. I was born in 1998. Understand me. Escúchame claro. Okay?
And I was
I'm
born
trying to
in
tell
1984, and Compton's
like
been a
people,
freaking
no,
dumpster
wait.
since.
No,
Stop
if you're
interrupting her.
talking,
Let
wait,
her
hold
talk.
fast, hold fast. I'm sorry. If you're talking, you can't listen. That's all I have to say. But at the end of the day, this is what it is. You can't circumnavigate that. People in Chicago are going to council meetings and saying things that I've been hearing in Compton for years.
Yep.
Years. Because the people that are illegal, and it's not that we're racist. Let's be clear. They don't speak English. You can't understand the rules of the road. You can't read signs. You don't know English.
Yep.
You can't sign a contract.
It's called common sense.
Can I
How
just
can
say
you
something
sign a
about that?
contract?
It's called,
Right.
hold on.
No.
They try to pin us against each other. That's the thing. They try to pin us against each other.
Everybody,
Can she please finish?
Everybody,
Oh my God.
everybody, please. You can't sign a contract if you can't read it in English. Let's be real. You're here illegally. You don't know English. And that's very vital. Everybody wants to sit up here and act like they care about everybody. But if you care about people, they need to speak the language so they don't get fucked over. Is that not true?
Yes,
It is.
It's true. Just refrain from the cursing, but I understand your passion and I love what you said. And the reality is we need to focus on Americans, not these people coming over the border. We need people who are focused on Americans and who are going to revitalize what we have going on domestically.
Okay, so can I say
And I
something?
100% believe that, but at the
so
same
like
time,
Al's, I think early on we disagreed, but I agree with everything that you're saying right now. So I mean, maybe this is a place that we can come together and we can understand what everybody is saying. So I do agree with what you're saying, 100%.
That was JT.
so
No,
I
think it was
Can I
Al,
just point
but-
something out that yes, these people are coming in. They're over. They're kind of using our systems, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, like
I mean, you say blah blah
they're
blah,
still human.
but
They're,
blah blah
they're,
blah
they're still
means
human
a
beings,
lot.
right? And I just feel
Blah, blah, blah
like
means a
they're
lot.
putting us against each other to a point where like we're fighting each other, and then they're just taxing us. They're just taking our money and then misusing our taxes.
Okay,
Like
so here's the thing.
if the brown and black
Why are
people
they taxing us?
Bro,
listen,
there ain't
if
no
our
brown and black
communities join
community.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
All right, we back on that thing. We back. You dig what I'm saying? You smell what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Y'all see they tried to get me up out of there. They tried to get me up out of there. They tried to get me up out of there. But they can't do it. They can't do it. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. They tried me. Y'all seen what they tried to do? They tried to persecute a black man. Y'all seen that? Try to take my live stream down. Ain't no stopping this. I ain't violate nothing. I ain't do nothing wrong. I didn't violate no community service guidelines. I was telling people not to curse. I was telling people not to be disrespectful. I was telling people not to do anything. Y'all see they had to nuke bro. Y'all see they had to nuke broski. You dig? So this how we rocking, this how we going, this how we moving. You know, they tried to mass report. It didn't work. Dang. Hey, my phone is turning again. My phone is the ops now. But y'all see, they tried me. But a brother so smooth, a brother so fly. I already know this game. I already know this game. They can't play with me. You know what I'm saying? They can't play with me. Play with your okay? You know what I'm saying? They tried me. Oh, God. All right. So, y'all know what it is. Join the stream. If y'all want to debate, you know, show some love. Show some support. You know, send me whatever the heck they do to get them likes up. Yeah, hit the like button. We trying to get multiple people in here. We just had a popping live stream. Guys, we just had a popping live stream. And guess what? They tried to nuke me. So we going to get a civil debate in. Request to join. I will bring you on. But the premise is I already put if you're voting for Kamala. Hold up. We already did that one. Let me edit it. Oh, they got an AI wallpaper. Hold up. Give me 1 second. Oh yeah, effects. What I'm on? Oh yeah, that one. Okay, boom. There we go. You know what I'm saying? I had to switch up the premise because you know they be hating. But TikTok found me not guilty, so we back on the live stream.
Hello?
And adding people to it. Oh dang! Why is it in this view? I did not want.
Hey, you're back. I didn't know what happened. What happened?
You know, the haters mass reported and they tried to take me down, but we back. I appealed and I won.
That's what happens. I'm glad you appealed because don't let them win.
Yeah. That's what they try to do, man. They try to shut you up. They try and shut you up. Yeah. That's what they tried to do to President Trump. They tried to shut him down, and it did not work.
They only tried to shut you down because you're telling the truth, and they have nothing to say back to you, so they'll silence
the truth.
Yeah.
Let's calm down a little bit.
Yep. Okay, Mikey, bro, you disagree?
What do you disagree with? I don't think she will destroy the country even worse than Biden. If anything, I think Trump would do that. So.
Okay, so for one, Trump has already had 4 years, and he made the country better. Okay, he had no foreign wars. We had low interest rates on housing. We had little to no inflation at 1.2 to 1.4%. We had the lowest border crossings when his policies actually ended up getting implemented at the end of 2018 through 2018 to 2020. We had the lowest border crossings ever under Kamala Harris and Biden, which mostly it was Kamala Harris because Biden, we all know he's not a functioning person. My boy is straight up out of there. So all Biden's policies are just Kamala policies, except on steroids because Kamala, she don't even want to do no press interview. She don't even want to talk to the press. She's not even telling you what she gonna do. And she's culturally appropriating and co-opting the black community, talking about she's black when she know damn well she is not black.
She is.
No,
you said a lot of
she's
different
mixed
things, but we
race,
can go on that
man.
one.
Come on.
Hold on, wait. So does that wait? So does that mean Obama's not black then?
It means Obama is mixed, but Kamala's not.
So we're gonna answer my
black.
question: is he
Kamala
black?
is
Yes or no?
mixed race.
I think if
I'm
you're
asking a question. I'm trying to see your
mixed race,
baseline. I'm trying to see your baseline.
Okay,
Is
can we
Obama
all
black?
just
If
like
you are
stick on one
mixed
thing?
race, you are not black. You are mixed. You're white and black.
Oh,
So
y'all one of those.
just-
Y'all one of those FBAs,
Hold up.
huh? Okay.
Hold up. So
I see.
just as much as you're black, you're white. So if Obama is black, then he's also white. Right or wrong?
Right.
Well, no, because phenotypically it's how you present. That's a big part of race.
It's how you present.
Yes, very much so.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? Can I ask a
Yes.
question?
Rachel
Yes.
Dolezal. That's that Rachel
Wait.
Dolezal.
Albino folks
Hey,
black?
can we
Yes or no?
like go on a topic? Like, I wanted to add
albino
on
folks
to
black?
like
Yes
what
or
you
no?
said.
Wait, Kamala says she's Jamaican, right? She says she's Jamaican.
You know, most Jamaicans are black, right?
She said actually Jamaican is
Okay,
a diverse.
wait a minute.
Yeah, man,
Majority
Jamaica.
of, you can look at the racial breakdown of
Wait,
Jamaica. It's
let
majority
me ask
black.
you this. No, wait. Let me ask you this. Is Sean Paul black?
No.
Oh, but
Wait, that doesn't prove your point. Wait, what are you talking about? That doesn't prove your point. That doesn't prove your point. What are you talking about? Wait, oh my God, did you not hear what I said? I said majority of Jamaicans are black. Listen to the words coming out of my mouth. Majority of Jamaicans are black. I understand there's some white Jamaicans. I understand there's some Asian Jamaicans. I understand there's some
African Americans come from the same.
Oh my God, like, I'm sorry, there are black
Wait
Jamaicans.
a minute,
Please be serious.
Mikey,
Lord, y'all gotta go back to
my
school.
my point is, if Sean Paul is not black and he's Jamaican, how many Jamaicans do you think are not black?
A small minority.
Hey,
have you looked at the population? Wait, hold on. Have you looked at the population of Jamaica? Wait. Have y'all been to Jamaica? Do you know Jamaicans? Wait, hold on. Do y'all know Jamaicans? Y'all don't know what you're talking about. You don't know Jamaicans. You haven't been to Jamaica.
Hold on.
So I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't care about race. I really don't.
Well, the host brought it up, so we're addressing it.
Jamaican is a
No, we're
nationality.
bringing it up because it's proven she's a liar.
It's not proven at all. I'm sorry. You just don't understand race.
No, we can talk about it too.
Reclaim, can I do it?
Y'all are really ignorant. It's insane.
I've got one question for the guy that says Kamala is black.
Yeah.
One question for him. Just because you're born in a country does not make you black.
She wasn't born in Jamaica.
Irish.
She wasn't born in Jamaica.
She is Irish. Exactly.
She wasn't. Wait, oh my God.
Exactly. She has
how
no
do
black.
you think she's Irish? Wait, how do you think she's Irish?
She has no black ancestry in her.
Oh my God. You're so ignorant. Jesus Christ. Oh my Lord. I need to go back to school.
Mikey, wait.
Race does not matter in a presidential campaign.
Listen. Kamala Harris's
Can we like
father.
move on?
Kamala Harris's father is Irish.
Yep.
And Indian.
If
So
all
how
y'all
is
talking at
he
the same
black?
time, we can't have a conversation.
No, man, her father was Jamaican. Her mother
Her
is
father
Indian.
was born in Jamaica.
Hold on. So everybody, we can't talk over each other. One person at a time has the floor. It is a fact that Kamala Harris's father is Indian and Irish. He is not black. Her mother is full Indian. He is not black at all. Like, he's not black. Okay? So let's stop there.
Yes, he is.
If you look at
Oh my God.
Race do not matter.
Jesus
Can we
Christ.
just talk
Obviously, it
about
does matter to them.
It
does matter to the host
matter
here.
with
Then you're
even
just
with the
lying. Y'all are
presidential
ignorant. Y'all are so
candidate,
ignorant.
it does not matter. We're
Brown.
talking about policies. We're
Brown.
talking about the economy.
Brown.
It should
Brown.
not matter. I
Brown.
do not care about the race of somebody.
Brown, here's the thing. The only reason Kamala Harris race matters is because she lied about it. That's the only reason why. She lied.
I just care
Hold
about
up.
I just care about the policies.
No, ma'am.
I've got a question.
No, ma'am.
I've got a question for
you. Cannot talk over the host. You can't talk over the host. A picture don't do nothing for me, brother.
That's an Indian man? That's an Indian man? Are you serious? That's an Indian man?
Yes, he looks
That's
just
Indian?
like...
That's an Indian man?
Yes,
Really?
he's
Are
an
you being
Indian
serious?
man. Have you ever seen a black man with a hairline like
Are you
that?
telling me that this is an Indian man? With that hair texture,
Yes,
that's an Indian man.
he
Oh my
is
God, you were
mixed
ignorant.
race.
Oh my
He's
God, y'all are
mixed.
ignorant. Y'all are ignorant. The word you
No,
said he was mixed with
you're
Irish and
ignorant.
you said he was Irish and Indian. So where's the Irish? Where's the Indian? Because right now I see a guy with curly hair and a big nose. What are you talking about?
His mother is Irish.
Look at him. Oh my God, are you serious? Look at that man. Is that an Indian
He's
man? Are you
mixed
serious?
race. He's mixed
That's
race.
so crazy. That's so
He
crazy.
looks
But
just like Vivek's dad. Have you
God.
seen
But,
the
hold on, but you
pictures
said
of
that
the
you said
Mexican?
hold on.
They
No,
look
you said
just alike.
They don't. And you said the
Yes,
race
they
was
do.
half. You said the race was half Irish, half Indian.
He's
So if you're
half
saying
Irish.
he's mixed race, you're saying he's mixed race to trying to defend that he's not black thing. But he's mixed race with two. Your claim is he's
Yes.
mixed race with two races that are not black. But that man does not look Irish nor Indian in that
Yes,
picture.
he
That man
does.
has literally curly 4A, not even 4A, more like 4B, 4C hair.
You don't
What
have
are you
no
talking
4C
about?
hair. Stop it.
Yes, he
Stop
does. Oh
it.
my God, this is straight hair to you? Because you know Indian folks have straight hair. You're telling me that this is straight hair to you? That's straight hair to you?
That is a black man.
That's straight hair to you?
I'm sorry, y'all, but that is a black man.
He got that.
That's straight hair to you? That's straight hair to you? You're
Like,
ignorant.
that
I'm
was
sorry.
a black man.
It
You're an
doesn't
idiot.
matter about
You're
his
an
hair.
idiot.
It matters who his
They would
mama
not
and
care.
daddy is.
You're an idiot. Oh my God.
That is a
all
black
that
man.
matters.
You're an idiot.
Well, there you go.
Wait a minute.
I mean,
Don't Indian people have melanin?
But they
Yes.
don't have curly
Don't they?
hair. Oh my God.
Yes,
They
yes,
don't
but
have
the
curly
hair
hair. They don't
texture,
have the same
baby.
features.
It's
They don't have
about
the
the
same
hair
features as you.
texture.
Oh my God, bro. Oh my
So
God.
now it's about the hair.
No, it's about
So
you know
now
how
we're moving
that's
the
why
goalposts
y'all
to
don't
the
understand
hair.
race. Y'all don't understand race. It's a combination of things. It's phenotype. It's
Literally.
hair, and it's genealogy.
We're
It's
black
genealogy.
people.
Right now,
talking
all y'all
strictly
are holding
genealogy.
on to is genealogy, and that's falling at the part two because that man is not half Irish. He has Irish in his family because of slavery.
He literally said he's half
He
Irish
has Irish in
himself.
his family. He has Irish in his family because of
He
slavery.
said it
Right?
himself, sir.
He said he has Irish in his family because of slavery. He has Irish in his family because of slavery.
We're fact checking. He said it himself that he was Irish. He said it himself. He's written a whole book. Donald
Can we
Harris,
fact check
Kamala
what he
Harris's
said about
father.
the economy?
Excuse me. You cannot
Give me the quote.
talk over the host.
Give me the quote.
I just want to say something to Mikey, bro, or whoever he is. You said you're said we're negating the gene, his genealogy. It's
No, I said, no,
literally
no,
his
that's
genes.
not what I said. That's not what I said.
It's
I
literally,
said
bro.
that's not
it's
what I said.
literally
Listen to
his
instead of yelling,
genes.
listen to what I said.
He is,
No, that's
listen to what that's
that
not what I
is
said.
ethnicity.
I said three different things play into race.
Genealogy, bro.
Three different things play into race. It could be your skin tone, your phenotype, your features, or maybe four.
Yes.
And genealogy. It's a combination of
Yes,
things.
man. You're
You
talking about
understand that?
ethnicity with Irish.
Let
and
me
all
ask.
that.
Let me ask you a question. How are you going to disprove the fact that her own father came out and said he does not claim her race baiting, claiming to be black?
Show me the
when he
evidence.
is not
Show me
black?
the evidence. Show me the
It's
evidence.
literally all over the
Provide
news.
it. You
It's
made the
all
claim.
over the
Provide
news.
it. I showed you the picture of
It's
the
all,
man.
bro.
Provide the evidence. You say it's all
You
over
were
the news.
just
Provide it.
You were
Provide
just
it. You made the
googling.
claim.
You were just googling everything.
Provide the evidence.
You were just.
You made the
you
claim.
were-
Provide the evidence.
okay.
Don't run away. Provide the evidence.
I'm not running away. If you would stop talking and let me talk, then I would prove
don't
it
talk.
to you.
Show me.
Can
Show
we
me.
actually talk about something that matter, bro?
Here.
Like,
Okay, so look.
Hold on.
Let's talk.
We got a fact check. So the Washington Post reported that Kamala Harris' father, I mean, he damn near disowned her. He was not amused by her pot smoking, marijuana smoking display of what Jamaicans are when she went on the Breakfast Club in 2019 when she was running for president in 2020. So
What does it have to do with race? Again, you said you were going to prove to me that he said he was Irish, and you said you were going to prove to me that he disowned her.
Hold on, because he said that he did not like the way she was trying to portray herself as a black Jamaican.
No, because he didn't like the part about her smoking weed. That's what you just read, dog. Read it again. That's what you just read. Read it again.
Kamala Harris' father criticized a joke she made referring to her Jamaican heritage in response to questions about marijuana, according to the news website Jamaican Global Online.
He didn't like the association of her being Jamaican and her bringing up weed.
When he was asked, you gonna let me finish, or you just gonna keep trying to talk over me? All right.
Finish. Go ahead.
When he was asked, or when Kamala Harris was asked, she said, half jokingly, that half her family was from Jamaica. And when Charlamagne asked her if she smoked weed, her father literally came out and said that he did not like the way that she represented herself as a black person smoking weed as a stereotypical Jamaican.
Right, he didn't like the stereotype of them associating weed with being Jamaican.
Okay.
So then, what are you
fine.
talking about?
That's fine.
Okay,
but,
so Mike,
hold on.
That doesn't change. That
Okay,
doesn't,
let's talk about the
evidence.
ancestry. Let's talk about the ancestry. So in the Jamaican Times, you can, or the Irish Times, my bad. In the Irish Times, if you look at the article the Irish Times put out, Kamala Harris is a descendant of an Irish slave owner in Jamaica.
I wonder why black people are descendants of slave owners. I wonder why we have part white ancestry in our DNA. I wonder
It's not because of the
what could have happened during slavery that would have led to that. I wonder.
It's not because of the grape excuse. Y'all keep trying to say that.
Excuse, you know what happened during slavery.
Nope, stop. You cannot talk over the host. People are so this is the argument. They're trying to say that, oh, you know, she, the reason why she has black in her is because her family was great. No. She did not have any great family members. As a matter of fact, her family was very well off in Jamaica. That Harristown, Jamaica was literally named after her family because her family was a large slave-owning Irish family who owned slaves with Freemasonry ties. They owned slaves, and as a matter of fact, her family was actually paid. They were paid when they had to give up their slaves, and it wasn't that long ago. They were literally paid to give up their
This is embarrassing for you to be a black person, not understanding
Okay.
the history.
I have another.
Are you sure that her family
They were
wasn't
slaves.
sharecroppers?
Her family owned slaves. And another thing I would love to know is in the 25 years that Kamala Harris has been in politics, she has never not once claimed to be a black woman. She has been the first South Indian senator. She's been the first South Indian attorney general of San Francisco. She's been the first South Indian prosecutor of California. She has never been a black woman until she needed the black vote.
Like, what I'm confused about, like, can we just talk one by one and have, like, a civilized conversation? Like,
yes,
honestly?
we can.
So, honestly, what I'm confused about is the fact that y'all are trying to downplay someone who is actually trying to put out and help us as people. Because you have to realize that, wait. I would like to ask you a question. All the way down to redlining, and it goes all the way back to the Red Summer. This goes all the way back to everything, to the time where black people could not get mortgages for homes. This goes back to everything. You have to realize that we're going against someone else who do not care about affirmative action, who is trying to put out critical race theory out of schools, who is trying to make it to where slavery is now named as black immigration. That is why I'm voting for Kamala, hands down.
Okay,
because
so for
I
one,
want to be in schools to be taught about what was going on, especially during the Red Summer, especially during the time where there were black communities and white racism came upon them communities and destroyed them.
I have.
It is, like, you have to understand that it's something bigger than that.
Okay,
you know
so
what I'm saying?
like,
you have to look at, like, the fourth part.
Let A talk.
Okay, so if you would like to go back, let's go all the way back. Let's go all the way back.
Dang, A, you breaking up. You breaking up, A. I'm gonna have to drop you, unfortunately. But okay, so I want to address your claims that for one, Trump is not trying to get rid of studying segregation or history or anything like that. For one, when you talk
that's
about
actually like what he said. I'm not meaning to cut you off, but he did say that he was going to change up them books at his rally. He said that he was going to take out. And then the conservatives are actually.
Hold on. He said that he was going to. He said that he was going to dismantle the Department of Justice and give education to the states. That's what he said, which is the right thing to do. Okay. And then for two, when you talked about critical race theory, so one, critical race theory, CRT, as it's known, is Marxist ideology. It's not even a real curriculum. It's literally Marxist ideology that teaches racism in the schools. You can be historical and factual because we were learning about racism in school, especially when I was in school, in public school. We were learning about segregation. We were learning about the Civil War. We were learning about the Civil Rights Movement of the 1960s. We were learning about all of these things. The issue is when they started implementing, for one, the CRT curriculum, which basically teaches Black and brown students that they are inferior and they are always going to be subjugated. And it also teaches white hate, which is not conductive to bringing America together either. They also brought in with the CRT stuff, the LGBT curriculum, which they are flooding on the children, which Kamala Harris 100% supports. She supports gender or sex changes for people who are literally in prison who claim that they're a woman now. She supports funding taxpayer-funded sex changes for criminals who are trying to get out of male prisons and get into women prisons. And we know by data alone, when that happens, when it's happened multiple times in California, you can look it up. And she was Attorney General of California and a senator. When that happens, what happens is these people are lying and they're saying, oh, I'm trans and this and the third, so that they can go into women prisons and rape women. And she supports that. So Kamala Harris has a lot of issues, especially policy-wise. She also supports a 46% tax on capital gains, which is absolutely ridiculous and will decimate small businesses and small business owners. Kamala Harris.
46%?
Okay.
Yeah, 46% tax on capital gains. She said it out of her own mouth.
Okay, but back on what I was stating, and you said that it was basically teaching racism.
Yes.
Critical race theory is actually taught mainly in college. It's not really taught in regular.
It came from the universities. It came from the universities.
Yeah, but okay.
It came from the universities, but it's into high school curriculum. That's a fact.
Hey, man, please don't come in here yelling, please.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Yeah,
I understand. I apologize.
You know what I'm saying? No,
I
it's okay. It's just
I definitely apologize.
Like, chill. So, it's just the fact that CRT, like the main argument is that it make white Caucasians feel bad. Basically, it's history. It's history at the end of the day. It is history that needs to be taught that we were neglected. And literally at one point, it's history.
It's not just history.
Yeah, like we should not teach history.
That's false.
History.
That's
like
false.
You being a black man, and like you should want this to be known. Literally, how people had 300 years to get their life together and create a legacy. And you should like you're looking being an Uncle Tom. You know what I'm saying?
All they can do is name call. All y'all can do is name call. For one, you can't cite crazy.
No, like I'm not trying to be offensive or nothing, bro. It's that's just what you're being right now.
You can't talk over the host. Here, all they can do is name call and call you an Uncle Tom because you are for reasonable common sense policy. The reason why we have issues in this country have nothing to do with CRT or anything. That's a minuscule issue. We have an open border that has allowed upwards to 20 million illegal aliens into the country. We have 325,000 missing children. 325,000 missing children. Let me repeat, 325,000 missing children that came across the border that we don't have any idea where they are because of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's border policy. We have inflation through the roof. We've got inflation through the roof.
Inflation actually went down, sir.
No,
I'm not
it did
gonna
not.
cap.
No,
it did not.
economy
Inflation went up.
Oh, you a damn lie.
Like,
You have to.
Go to the grocery store. Go to the housing market.
I'm going to the grocery store every week, honey.
Look it up.
So
yes, like go look at prices. Inflation is back steady.
Because
it's not just gonna
inflation. What
like, but it's not just gonna jump back normal. It's gonna take years.
Y'all have to understand. So when we talk about issues, you have to understand where this comes from. Inflation is measured by the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, okay? And if you look at the Consumer Price Index, inflation is actually up. It's through the roof. It even got up to 14% under the Biden administration versus Trump. It was 1.2 to 1.4%. So inflation is at an all-time high because of the policies that they implemented. because of them trying to do student loan forgiveness, because of them trying to push this illegal alien situation where you have millions of people crossing the border illegally and putting a strain on states and cities like Chicago, like New York, like Aurora, Colorado, like California, the whole state of California. So inflation is caused by a multitude of different economic factors, but most of them have been exacerbated due to the Biden-Harris administration in the last 4 years.
I would like to speak on the person that was talking about CRT and how she said that we were taught that we had 300 years to get ourselves together and all that stuff, and that's completely false. Black people were doing quite well for themselves between 1930 and 1955. You had dual parent households, father working, mother staying at home. Father's working in a factory. He had a trade. He had a 4 to 5 bedroom house, and he was making money. When the Democrats found this out, the Democrats saw that they could not control black people because we can make a way. Even though we don't have a way, we can make a way. What happens? They create Jim Crow laws. They create segregation. The great Lyndon B. Johnson, the president in 1960, literally was quoted saying, if we get these Negroes, and he said another word, he didn't say Negroes, he said, if we get these Negroes to vote for us, we will have them voting for us for 200 plus years. We are on year 90 right now. And the Democrats have done nothing for black people except put us on welfare, put us on food stamps, put us in housing projects, and keep us needing the government. Once they took everything out of high schools and started to teach critical race theory and all this BS that they're teaching, we became reliant on the government. Exactly what they wanted to do. Our ancestors were not Democrats. Our ancestors were Republicans until 1961.
Right.
You
cannot blame us being on food stamps and being in poverty. You're missing. You should blame it on redlining.
Here's the thing. The reason why you can blame us being on welfare and poverty to the Democrats is because Lyndon Baines Johnson, like he just said, I don't know if you were listening, but he implemented the Great Society. And that was literally a welfare program that incentivized black women specifically to get rid of the fathers in exchange for federal dollars to come in. So they were not allowed to collect these federal funds if there was a man in the house, which destabilized the black community. Second off, we have the baby deletion policies, what they keep calling women's rights. We have the baby deletion policy that has decimated the black community. Over 271 million abortions have happened because of the Democratic policies that they have been pushing. If we did not have these policies, the black community would be over 50% of the U.S. As opposed to a mere 12.5%, 13%. It's despicable what they've done.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm getting off here. I gotta go to my class. See,
and the crazy thing that I see in this whole campaign thing is we've had 4 years of Biden-Harris. We've had 4 years of them. We've had over 12 million illegals come into this country. We've had 3 proxy wars started. We've had natural disasters in the United States, and they've done nothing. We've literally had a Hurricane Katrina-like hurricane that just hit 3 days ago. We had the wildfires in Maui, and they gave United Citizens, our tax money, they gave us $750. 3 days ago, they signed another bill to give Ukraine another $8 billion of our money, but they can't help us. Kamala Harris is literally on a podcast. You can Google the video.
Right.
No, it's a crime bill for every. And she literally said, "Why would I do something specifically for black people? If you're a black woman, why would you not do something for your people? Why would you not protect your people when cops are killing people left and right supposedly?" Okay, she has literally helped illegals. Joe Biden is literally in an interview saying he wants to fast track 4 million illegals to citizenship. Why? Because he wants to replace the black vote. He's basically doing what Democrats have done forever. I'm going to give you something if you give me that vote. If you give me that vote, you get all of this. There are 12 million illegals in this country right now getting $1,500 a month in food stamps, getting free housing, free health care, free sex changes, free everything. But the American people, especially the black American people, are getting nothing. And now we have this woman, oh, I'm black, I went to an HBCU, I'm an AKA, I'm this, I'm that. And I hate to say it, but as a people, we are emotional. We do not care about facts, figures, policies, or anything. Oh, that's a black person. That's a black person. I'm voting for her, and she is fucking us. Literally. I don't agree with everything Trump says, but one thing is, Trump's going to run the country like a business. I do apologize for the language. I apologize. Trump is going to run the country like a business. When he was in office, he made NATO pay up. He made NATO take care of these other countries. He put sanctions on every country that did something so that we would get paid for it. He withdrew from wars that we had. He literally changed everything. As soon as Biden Harris got in the office, they reversed everything, and now the American taxpayer is paying for everything. $8 billion has just went to Ukraine 3 days ago. That $8 billion would have helped the people of North and South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, all these places affected. Yes. But that's not the case because Biden Harris wants to help everyone but their own people, and they're literally showing it to us. But as a people, we're too emotional to see that, and we're just, oh, they're black, we're gonna vote, black, 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 we're gonna vote, and that is hurting us. I can't stand that. It's hurt us for 100 years.
Right.
Yeah. It has hurt us for 100 years. And the best candidate? Probably not. But he is better than Harris. He is better than Walz. He's better than Biden. And to anybody on this live, if you can tell me one thing that Biden Harris has done for the American people that is a good thing, I will retract every statement that I have made on this live. They have not done one thing for American people, black people, nobody. They've done everything for illegals. And literally, I live in Texas. I see it every day. These people come in here like in droves, like literally in droves, and they get everything free.
Yep. They gave you joy. Is that not enough?
So if anyone, if anybody can tell me anything that they have done for the American people, for this country, I'm not going to say for the American people, I'm going to say for this country, I will retract every statement I have said on this live.
Only thing they did is set up a woman to be president and make us feel like we're racist or misogynist if we don't vote for her.
Yep. Yeah, and
Thank you. That's it. If you don't vote for the black woman, you're a racist. You're not black. You're an uncle. You're an uncle. You know what? You're this. You're that.
You're Uncle Ruckus. Uncle Ruckus.
You heard her. She called it. She said she called me that earlier.
Yeah, and to her point and everybody else that's like Biden, Harris, this and that. Like, what have they done? Like we're voting for the Republican Party for a stronger economy, for no war. I mean, literally, Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping is in China really endorsed Kamala Harris, saying we want her to be president because they know she's going to be a weak president and they will be able to attack the United States. There's literally four submarines in Cuba right now waiting. There are Russian planes as we speak.
All right.
Now, as we speak, they are literally waiting for her to come in office so they can attack. You can Google all I'm saying. Everything I'm saying is 100% fact. There are Chinese countries that have bought Middle America, Midwest farmland directly in line with our nuclear weapon silos. Chinese countries that have bought these places to be directly aligned with our nuclear silos. Why? Because they know as soon as she gets in office, it's done.
All right.
Hey, I agree with what you're saying. Are you saying
World War III.
we're in another Cuban Missile Crisis? Is what you're saying?
I honestly, I'll say this. I will, and this is just my opinion on it. If Kamala Harris gets in office and tries to do all of this stuff for illegals and everything that she wants to do, and weaken the American military and weaken the American strength, they're going to attack. End of story. They are going to attack.
The
And
Cubans.
Donald Trump is no, not the Cubans, the Russians. Cuba is a communist country. Russia is a communist country. So Russia and Cuba have like a treaty going on.
But the Russians use the Cubans. So do you think they're gonna put missiles in Cuba again?
Yeah, there are 4 nuclear submarines in Cuba in dock in Cuba as we speak. Like they are literally that close. And I believe that as soon as the election happens, and if she happens to win, within 6 months to a year, it's gonna be World War III. I don't doubt that whatsoever. And it's ridiculous because I hate to say it, but Trump is so cocky, so arrogant, so brash, and he would walk into the United Nations, walk into NATO, and be like, "America's here, tighten up. We about to mess some stuff up if y'all don't fall into line," which is exactly what he did his first presidency. Nobody messed with America during Trump's first presidency.
Can I save you some breath? Can I save you some
Go
breath?
ahead, go ahead.
You've been going on for a while. I don't want you to run out anytime soon.
Oh no, you're good, man. You're good.
But
Say something.
so I just want to point out for the hurricane stuff, FEMA is now going broke because of it. There's not enough money for us to spend for the disasters happening in our country. FEMA is broke.
Yep.
Joe Biden.
And with Trump's power and strength that he demonstrated over other countries, I don't know if anybody else has seen the video with the Saudi Arabian prince sitting at his chair.
Yeah.
Trump walks past, places his hand on his shoulder. Nobody is supposed to touch that man.
Yep.
Trump did it and nothing happened.
Yep. And here's the thing. When you talked about FEMA, we actually went over the budget. We went over the budget of FEMA earlier, and they have about I believe it's $724,000 budget for 2024. Yeah, $724 million budget for the fiscal year of 2024. And the reality is that they spent 90% of that on the illegal alien crisis. And you can look it up. You can look it up right now. As a matter of fact, the Director of Homeland Security, Mayorkas, he literally just came out and said that we don't have any more money for, and Biden even said it too, we don't have any more money
he said
for
that
this natural disaster.
He said that today, and it was actually funny because I was at work watching it, and it's like all the money went to illegals because, like I said earlier, they want to replace us. They want to replace the people that built this country because, they know we're waking up. We're not going to fall for the propaganda, for the pandering, for all of this. They know that, so they're like, we're going to give it to the next race that's coming into this country, and we need to wake up. You know, we're just because we're Republicans doesn't mean we're racist, doesn't mean anything. It just means we want a better America for our kids, for our future. I want some of my Social Security. I've been working for 10, 12 years now. I'm 28 years old. I've been working, and when I retire, I want my money. You know, like you're giving it to illegals for what? They're robbing, they're killing, they're stealing. I live in Houston. There was 2 illegals that just killed the young lady like 2 months ago. They didn't know who they were, where they came from. They lured this young lady into a area and they killed her. And they were Venezuelan prisoners who basically got out of prison and came straight to America.
Yeah, her name is Jocelyn Ningare. She was a 12-year-old girl. A 12-year-old girl. They spent 2 hours taking advantage of this young girl, this young lady. Spent 2 hours taking advantage of her and dumped her in a creek. And this is all on Biden's watch. They entered the country in 2022. It's on the Biden-Harris administration, and they don't care. Another victim, Rachel Morin, a mother of 5 who was deleted by an illegal alien. Another victim, Laken Riley, who was killed in 2023 on the campus of the University of Georgia.
Yes, and I don't mean to sound this way, but I wish my people would wake up and go back to the greatness that we had before.
Absolutely.
My grandparents had a great house. They had a great life. My parents thankfully followed in their footsteps and had a great life, and I have a great life. But when you look back at the 60s and 70s, we fell into the trap. We fell into the cocaine, the welfare. We fell into those traps, and we became dependent on the government. And now that we're waking up, they're trying to find other things to coerce us. Oh, the LBGTQ Q thing, the illegal thing. Like, they're trying to coerce us back, and we're like, no, we're not falling for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I understand that people are of some are different origins, and they have different sexual things and all that. More power to you for standing in your truth and being who you are. But it does not need to be shoved down our throats. And it does not need to be made prevalent.
Yeah, and it's not a discussion for children, which they're implementing in schools. Almost every school in the United States has one of them LGBT rainbow flags in one of their teachers' classrooms. That's a fact, and that is an issue. We should not be promoting a sexual lifestyle to children.
And that's their way, and I feel like that is their way to get people back on their side. Oh, we're going to be your ally. We're going to be your friend. And the fact of the matter is, 90% of people in the United States, we don't care what you are. You're a person. We care. We love you. We don't care what you are and who you do it with. But when you decide to go take my 2-year-old daughter and say, "Oh, are you a boy? Are you a girl? Are you this? Are you that?" I have a problem with that. You know.
Hey, now that we're on this topic, I actually just saw a video of somebody debating with Charlie Kirk, and it was a 45-year-old plus woman who went to college late in her years, had a perfect 4.0 GPA in college until her professor asked in an email what your pronouns are. She gave a response to the professor saying, "I don't need to give you my pronouns. I don't go by any of that. I'm a woman. I'm in my class." She got failed on 3 courses, and now her GPA is a 2.5 because that professor like her pronouns.
Disgusting.
That's the problem with society today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's literally to the point now where, and I've said it before, you see what they're trying to do, and it's like we're not biting it, so we're gonna hurt you in other ways. And it's like, you're not hurting us, you're hurting the country. And as brash and as bold and arrogant as Trump is, I want him in office because he is going to stand 10 toes deep, 10 toes down, and be like, we're not going for it. We're not going to do it. We're not going to fall for it. And he is going to revitalize the American military. I think one of the biggest scams is you telling servicemen and women, if you don't get a vaccine, you're out. You just depleted our entire military force because of a shot that doesn't work. I didn't get the shot. My fiance got the shot, and she's had COVID 7 times. I've never had it. I've never.
Well, damn. I guess I'll be able to speak on this too. I was actually in service 4 or 5 years from the 2020.
And you're telling servicemen and women that
hold up, let him talk. Let Magic
protect your
talk.
freedom. Oh, you know, we have less military.
Yo, let Magic talk real quick. I think you're breaking up. Ayo, I think you're breaking up. Magic, what'd you have to say?
So he was bringing up the military and with the forcification of the shots and everything. So from 2020 to 2024, I actually was in service, and when I got the vaccination,
Thank you for your service.
I don't take any heart to it. I just do what I wanted to do.
Okay.
When I actually got the shot, 3 months after joining and being my first station, it put me in the ER for 7 days with a heart attack reaction. And for the last 3.5 years of my service, I had to fight the military, medically wise and legal wise, to get me out.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
And whatever, we got to live through it now.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's a huge issue, and they were mandating that. They were forcing people to take an experimental shot that clinical trials usually take 20 years to get approved. And this is one of the criticisms of Trump, that yes, he did fast track Operation Warp Speed, which was a mistake. It was a big mistake, but he was coerced into doing so. And I think we all acknowledge that, but he also was for choice. He said, hey, you should have the right to choose. You should mandate it. And when Biden got in, Biden mandated it. He mandated it for all federal employees and all the military. That is despicable. That's not That's not freedom of choice for health. That, I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Even if you were pregnant or not while in service, and half the pregnancies that were in service at the time rejected the shot and still got kicked out.
Yeah.
I'm lucky that I got out before all this happened. You know, but I have friends that were still in, and they were calling me saying, "Hey, man, I'm out. Like, they kicked me out because of this. We literally give our lives for this country, and they literally show you in 2 seconds that you mean nothing to them, and we're the people that protect you." You know, like it's ridiculous, and I hope that people would wake up and start to see these things. You know, we're not dummies. We see things, but we need to act on them and not just say we're going to act on them.
Yeah.
Honestly, military 20 years ago was better than it is now, and it's still sinking.
Yeah.
I was joking with a friend of mine a couple weeks ago. I said, man, if we do go to war, we're screwed. Because the type of people that we have in now would not last like 2 months on a deployment. They wouldn't last 2 months. And I went in 08 when things were thick. And I remember sleeping and just getting woken up by mortars and bombs and all kinds of crap. And it's like the kids that I see today join the military, they wouldn't last 2 seconds.
No.
Yeah.
Like they would fold like a lawn chair.
Did you guys see that army video?
Which one?
The army video? Wait, are you talking about the army video?
Yeah, like who's that army? It's all like the LGBT whatever kind of that the army video put out with all like the group of members and stuff and said we're that army or something.
Yeah.
You're talking about that. I thought you were
come on,
talking
dude.
about the army video.
Put a gun in your hand and fire it. See how you react.
I thought we were talking about the army video, which basically said that there's nobody who's deployed, nobody's in a war zone, and there's soldiers who are like, well, where the fuck are we? You know?
Right.
And
Oh,
in
that one
Syria,
too.
they're in these war zones.
Yeah.
She's a liar. She's an absolute liar.
I saw that video and I literally forwarded it to a couple of my friends, and it was like, yeah, this is 2010 all over again. Like, oh, we're not here, we're not doing this, and we're sitting there like,
yeah,
well, where the hell am I then?
Right. And that's the thing about it is that the Biden administration, nobody remembers this for whatever reason. They gaslit us about the recession and how our economy and our inflation was going up. And they're like, oh, the economy is fine to our faces. And nobody wants to say that that's what they did for years, but they want to basically elect this woman into office.
It's Bidenomics.
I don't get that.
The thing that gets me is, and people are going to argue with me all you want, the thing that gets me is Joe Biden was the president, Kamala Harris is vice president. Joe Biden was never fit to be president, but we elected him.
Yep.
He drops out to, I don't want to be the president anymore. So they handed her the nomination. They literally handed it to her. No primary election, no voting, no nothing.
Exactly. Nobody.
Well, let's go more into details about that.
Like in our faces, they told us, "This is what you get. Take it or leave it. You're not getting anybody else." And again, we fell for it.
Let's go more into detail about that though, because literally a week before, Biden was writing notes and saying, "I'm gonna fight. I'm going all the way through. I'm gonna take him down again." 2 days later, he drops out. Then he comes back 2 days later and says, "I'm back in."
Well, that begs the question. That begs the question. Did he write those letters, or was it his publicist?
That was a forged
PR
signature.
team?
If you saw that one letter that got put out, that was a forged signature because it did not match anything else he said himself.
Yep.
That wasn't him. That wasn't him that wrote that.
I believe that the government is literally just biting the hand that feeds them. We had Obama. He really didn't do anything. We got Trump. Everybody hated Trump, but he was good. And they said, oh, to fix the problem, we're just going to put this dementia-ridden old man in office and give him this young Indian woman to back him up. And when he falls apart, she's going to step in and everything's going to be good. And we're seeing now that she's worse than him.
Well, I don't understand how the conversation I think before I got in here, when you guys were talking about the inflation, and then one member was talking about it, like inflation's gone down, inflation's at a low right now. I literally just got done looking for a place, and from 2020, I went back through the property's history. It went up 21.45% to 2024 from 2020. Who was in office at those times?
Exactly.
Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, of course. That's the whole thing about it, is that when it says Kamala Harris will destroy the country even worse than Biden, I believe that, and it has nothing to do with her being black. It has nothing to do with her being a woman. I think it's because her policies are bad. And let me land the plane. Her policies are bad, and because her policies are bad, anytime she fucks all of us over, anytime we say something, all she has to say is, or anyone else has to say is, well, she's black, so you hate black people.
Yeah, right.
She's a woman, so you're a misogynist, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm a woman. I'm a woman, and I don't like that at all.
I want you to think about this. Pictures of cartoon right now. Nobody knows what I am, so I can say whatever I want, and everybody's confused.
I would love for people that's on this live, like everybody watching this live, to think about this. The Democrats are losing black people, correct? They're losing us as a voting base.
Right.
They're trying to get They're trying to get the illegals in. They're going to put a quote unquote black woman in office. She screws everything up. That just makes people hate black people even more because, oh, you had a black woman president. She messed it up even more. Now we really hate y'all. Like, think about it even further.
I don't know what the entire name of it is, but Charlie Kirk put out that for the illegal immigrants coming in, they're actually now legalizing through a CPB app that they can now get legal authorization to be a citizen, basically for temporary purposes. That's why they're putting a mass majority so they can vote and then be gone.
That's absolutely true what you're saying. It's at the border, and before they come in through the border, they go through CBP. That's true.
Yep. Well, guys, it's been a great discussion. I actually have to go get a deep freezer because we about to stock up on meat because, you never know what can happen. But I appreciate all of you guys from joining. I will give you guys a last thoughts, last words. First, we'll go with A, then Magic, then Like the Wine. So, A, you got any last thoughts?
I would say, wake up, stop being emotional, look at the country, look at the state of the country, and vote with a brain and not with your head. Vote with your brain, not with your heart.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll answer one of the comments. This person's been going back and forth with me a while. The Republicans didn't sign the border bill because that bipartisan still allowed flights of illegals to come into the country, not cross the border. There you go.
Yep. And it also allocated billions of dollars to Ukraine and Israel. It was not a good bill. We already have a border bill, HR2, that passed the House, and the Senate refuses to vote on it. So we need to present HR2 so that the people can vote on it. And that is a comprehensive border bill that covers the wall. It covers support for Border Patrol. It covers support for ICE, and it covers the deportations as well. That's what we need. Like the Wine, you have the last word.
Last word. Okay. All I gotta say is, don't trust the government, only because the government fucks us over every single time. I'm sorry if that gets us flagged, but they fuck us over every single time. When it comes to elections, when it comes to Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, I think that Donald Trump is a better choice when it comes to it, and that's just all it is. Kamala lies every single time, and that's just what it is. When it comes down to it, I don't even know where to start. I'm so sorry. It's just, I'm sorry. I think I'm done. But
well, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys joining the stream. We'll definitely have to do this again sometime. They tried to knock my first stream down. They failed. We appealed. We got it back. I'm going to re-upload this. I'm going to edit these two together, re-upload it, and we're going to go crazy. I do want to respond to Angel WKW3. She said, oh, why aren't Republicans signing it? Well, the Republican House, the House of Representatives, because it has to go through the House and the Senate, and then it goes to the president, which Biden said that he would veto the HR2 bill, but that's neither here nor there, even though it's a comprehensive border plan that has everything to do with the border and nothing to do with foreign aid, okay? The reason why the Republicans aren't signing it is because they already passed it in the House. So now it has to go to the Senate, and then it has to get approved by the Senate in order to become a bill that the president can either veto or ratify. So that is why the HR2 bill has not been presented, because they won't even present it in the Senate because they know it's going to pass and they don't want to fix the border. But I appreciate everybody for joining the stream. We are going to end it now. Y'all stay safe come election time. Make sure you get out there and vote for Donald Trump. MAGA 2024. We out cheer. You already know what it is. Peace.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.